Please take the time to visit podsurvey.com/peasants to complete a short 21-question survey. Participants in the survey will be entered into a chance to win a $100 Amazon gift card. The survey can be taken multiple times, so feel free to visit back each month for your chance to enter the drawing. Please help to support the show by using our Amazon links located in the description anytime you purchase anything from Amazon. It's a great way to support the show while just going about your normal business shopping on Amazon.com. Also, check out our storefront for Drunken Peasants recommended merchandise. Patreon pledges of $5 or more will now receive 2 private shows each month. In addition to the private shows, Patreon pledges of $10 or more will receive the Drunken Peasants post show after each episode of the Drunken Peasants, Ben and Billy's monthly shitty movie review, and regular behind-the-scenes vlogs with Ben and Billy. Sign up anytime to catch the future shows as well as past content. If you want to catch the post shows but you're not a patron, click the join link below this video to become a member of the Drunken Peasants channel. In addition to each post show, you'll also get special badges and emojis that you can use in the Drunken Peasants live chat. Streamlabs will be open for the duration of each episode. Click the link below to send us a message. Donations $20 and above will be read out through text-to-speech and will require our immediate attention. All donations below $20 will be read at the end of each segment. Keep an eye out for our weekly Streamlabs goal, which if we meet, we will do an extra show the following week. If you find any content you'd like to see us cover on the show, send it to drunkenpeasantsinbox@gmail.com. All submissions will be reviewed for possible usage in a future episode. Click the Discord link in our description to join the Drunken Peasants Discord. Interact with other Drunken Peasants fans in text and voice chat, as well as the peasants themselves. Visit the Google Play Store and download the Drunken Peasants app to catch the audio version of the show while you're on the road. In addition to the app, the audio-only version of the show is also available through iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, SoundCloud, and other audio platforms. That's all we have for now. Enjoy the show.
Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Say, man, you got a joint? No, you know. It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
From the strangest corners of the internet, here to bring you opinions of the world from an altered perspective. Here are your hosts, the Drunken Peasants.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Drunken Peasants Podcast, episode 523.
Suck it!
And joining us once again, Dick Masterson, and for the first time, Doug TenNapel. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
What's up, boys? I couldn't be any more pumped after that intro. Jesus.
Yeah.
Give me 10 more minutes of how I can do things.
Yeah.
I figure like if I get it all out of the way right at the beginning, then we don't really have to spend that much more time on it.
And only the diehard fans stick around.
Amazon, load me up.
Yep. Yeah.
We should add like body massage in there. Give us a body massage too. It's comfy.
I just want to see a loop of you vomiting over and over again.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, that was a drinking contest that we had. Well, it wasn't. I shouldn't position it as a drinking contest. It was a trivia contest where the loser had to do a shot, basically, after each round.
It was a little more complicated.
Yeah, that's a simple way of explaining it.
We played for like 6 or 7 hours before I vomited there. I don't know.
How many were in you?
I don't.
How many shots were in you?
It probably
over a dozen.
Oh, easily over a dozen. It was 4 in a row that I puked. I did 4 shots of tequila in a row. And then that's what made me vomit, because tequila triggers me.
And he didn't have anywhere to vomit, so he just vomited all over himself.
But I'm huge, so it worked. I didn't get any on the floor. It just soaked into my chest.
You wear absorbent sweaters. That's good. Sweatshirt. That's good. Caught it all.
It was pretty gross. And I puked since then, didn't I? I puke a lot. I puked on the hot sauce.
Yeah.
Oh no!
We got this.
That's the last thing I would want to experience coming out the other way.
It's pretty bad.
We
It's
got
bad
this-
enough going the correct way through.
It was like a novelty hot sauce too. It's like you wouldn't put it on your food for taste. You just do it to torture people.
The Silver Bullet 357 idiot sauce.
Yeah, I did a shot of it out of a shot glass, and I spent the rest of the night laying on the floor, like groaning, because I felt like my stomach was on fire.
I wouldn't do that.
We shouldn't have done
They just gave you an instant tracheotomy.
Talk about tracheotomy. We also bought those electroshock dog collars and put them on each other, and we had a competition, a video game competition, and the loser got zapped at the end each time. So
Can you hook those up to super chats? Is that the future of YouTube?
I hope not.
we did something kind of like that because we did a 24-hour stream, and the deal was if you wanted to take a nap, you got zapped every time a certain donation amount came in.
Took a zap nap.
Yeah. And Billy took
That's a good idea. $100 super chat, you get a shot.
Oh, I was doing it for $20. And every time I fell asleep, and I think we made about $120 before I decided not to sleep anymore.
Yep.
I was like, nope, I'm good.
Yeah.
As your board of director, your board of directors president, we're going to go up to $100.
You don't help
next.
Dick get Road Rage Seattle booked ASAP.
Oh, okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I have to save for a little while so we can do the venue that we want Road Rage Seattle to happen in. But yes.
Okay. Let's talk about it afterwards.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm really into it. I really want to get to Seattle with you guys. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, so Doug, aside from Earthworm Jim, what other work would people know you from in addition to that?
I did another, the first game that ever came out of DreamWorks was called The Neverhood. It was our clay animation game. It became Skull Monkeys on the PlayStation for the sequel. Those are my two bigger ones. And then we raised $975,000 to make Armicrog, a clay animated game. And then I've done 16 graphic novels, and I've sold 6 of the IPs into Hollywood. And I've got a current Indiegogo called Bigfoot Bill, where I'm making a book, hardbound, about a Bigfoot with a kraken attached to his chest who tries to save the world.
With a kraken attached to his chest?
Yeah.
That is
Oh,
bad.
and it's nuts. It's interdimensional and gate to hell and all that. It's fun.
The Sasquatch is traditionally from the Northwest. I think if we do the Seattle Road Rage show, we got to get Sasquatch there.
Absolutely.
We'll sweep up all the hair trimmings from the local barbershop, and I'll glue it all over. I'm 6'8", so I'll glue it all over me and walk in blurry slow motion and look back.
The barbershops actually hate Ben and I around here.
Yeah.
We had a mix-up with Ice Poseidon and a bunch of internet trolls, and now I can't get a haircut in Seattle.
Yeah, that's because you took them to a bunch of barber shops and we kept getting kicked out.
Yeah.
Every time we walked into a barber shop, they would just because it was being streamed live.
Yeah.
Every time we went to a public place, they just got bombarded with phone calls saying all kinds of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to stream at super chats. Super cuts where I get my hair cut and they won't let me stream because I always wanted to interview my barber because I think they have fascinating stories. I'm going to interview you on my stream. They'll never agree to it.
Don't they have like Uber for haircuts where they'll send somebody to your house to cut your hair?
I guess.
I think
you three had put any barber out of business, though. Look at you guys.
Yeah. I watched your stream with Maddox earlier, and I think you handled that as well as anyone possibly could have. And I empathize.
Did you hear my anus just clutching the whole time? It's like I'm just trying not to have the guy get demolished on my show. And all the Dick's chat guys show up, and they're paying me $100 to read this stuff. I'm like, I'm sorry, Maddox, I gotta read this stuff. But
you had the benefit of not knowing any of the background.
And here's the
that's
thing.
the only way you could survive
I had a quick education on my show.
I empathize with you.
It introduced me to Dick, so I got to make a new friend out of it, and it all works out. And through Dick, I met Nick Rekieta, and I'm a happy guy. I just like meeting new people, good guys.
See, we had Maddox on over a year ago, almost 2 years ago, and he gave us a list of words he wanted us to ban. So they actually referenced us on your stream, the people sending in, because they said that people previously didn't read them. So, and that is true. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know much about the drama that was going on, and we had even had Dick on the show previously, and I just didn't know very much about it. So I didn't read them, but then I went back and refunded all of them the very next day.
I didn't refund Jack. I don't even know how to reach my. I think I have like $2,000 in super chats waiting on my channel if I can figure out how to dump them from AdSense into my account.
Yeah,
you just sitting there.
Yeah, you just have to put your like a checking account info in there, and it'll bring them over.
All right, I'm a boomer. It was like 10 comments in a row were like, Maddox is a cuck. Just going reading them. Yeah. Maddox, I'm sorry. Hold on, I got to read this. It was like a machine gun blast to my face.
I think the banned words list backfired the first time, so he didn't try it again.
Right.
Yeah. He showed me a bitchin' game. His game really is bitchin' that he's working on. I'm excited about it. That he hasn't gone public with it yet, but it's going to be cool.
What's it called?
Should we expect that in 2028?
Yeah. It's called My Revenge on Dick Masterson. I can't release the title, but I think it's something like. No, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a video game. It's good.
Yeah.
So I didn't get to do any research on the topics tonight. I suddenly saw the tweet that said we're doing trans in the military ban and Kamala Harris. I'm going, oh, wait a minute. I got to pretend to know something about that stuff.
We hardly know what we're talking about anyway. We just kind of watch it and react.
I make shit up all the time.
Yeah. Were you privy to the whole MMA fight between the YouTubers that was supposed to happen that didn't because the one guy completely bitched out?
So I had Nick on my show that night. He was in town meeting Dick. So this is Nick Rekieta and Dick and a bunch of guys were flying out here to Nashville who need to sue the venue for them backing down, or the two boxers for backing down. And we went play by play that night on my show, and it was really fun to get the lowdown from Nick. Gave me the thorough overview of everything, and he and his wife came and stayed the night just because we knew this was coming from a couple months ago. So yeah, I learned all about the guys who sound like just two of the biggest losers in the world. That's what I said to Nick. I mean, to you guys, it's like if we had a deal where we all had to get a blood test in by Friday night. We'd get a blood test in by Friday night and have two guys miss the deadline. It's like, how bad do you run your life that you can't get a simple blood test in on a major event? They're like, oops.
You can't get good blood on demand like that. You gotta, really source your blood.
Yeah. Tonka, the name didn't match his blood test.
Yeah.
It was something like that.
That's kind of mandatory that your name match your blood test to make sure someone else didn't give blood on your behalf.
It made me wonder if he was trying to put in a ringer, like he was going to hire some like 7 foot tall, 300-pound guy to come in and say it was him and squash Warski that way.
I think he just he didn't want to dox himself as an AIDS patient.
I wasn't going to say that, but that was my first thought.
Yeah.
Billy, that was my first thought. I go, HIV.
You're always hiding AIDS. Like,
see, you're 100% my thoughts. Good job.
Yeah,
I know because I'm also hiding
that
AIDS.
entrance, though, Dick.
No, I never got my blood test. Kidding?
Yeah.
The entrance was pretty epic.
Yeah, you never get to see a guy spike like that on the face of his enemy in front of so many people. Like Warski came out. He took MMA back to like WWE days, which it needs more of. Like MMA and boxing needs so much more shit talking. Andy coming out in an Indian headdress in a wheelchair and by then, like, we thought we'd be making a spectacle of the fight. Like, I think everybody.
I know he put you to shame, Dick. He put you to shame.
Who's that? Andy?
Yeah, I saw the tweets that were coming across your thing. Everything was like Native American this and that, and he came out and just destroyed it. He made you look
incredible,
like you were doing your job.
Oh no, my job was only to stand there and look big. That's all I was in the entourage. That's what I was there for, is to whisper Burns in Andy's ear in case he forgot. To see him spike, like we thought we were going to embarrass the event kind of, but weirdly word got around that Low T Tonka didn't show up, and the fighters were like, they felt this pain as fighters for Andy Worski because he took it so seriously and he trained and he showed up, and I think they were like genuinely sorry, like they empathized with him. So it became this like entire event shitting on one coward who just didn't like, man, it's like you don't show up to a fight that you started. Right. You challenge a guy to a fight and then you don't show up. You are branded a coward for the rest of your life. A coward and a fraud. Tonka no saw at the Knoxville no show. That was great to see Andy spike it in his face like that.
I thought Tonka should have shown up in a wheelchair and let him if he had the crap beaten out of him, he'd have won because he'd look like the bigger man. He'd be like, look at him beating this guy in a wheelchair. He'd be awesome. He'd be like a hero, even if he got the crud kicked out of him.
Were they going to let him fight if he showed up, or was that off the table?
You know what? If he showed up, anything could have happened. Like it's all a money thing. They had to refund so much money for the seats and the pay-per-view. If he just would have showed up, I'm sure they could have made something happen. Like, these guys aren't real fighters. At some point, somebody's gonna shake somebody's hand, and they're gonna figure out how to put two spastic idiots in a cage to beat the hell out of each other for a minute and a half, which is all we wanted to see. Which Andy, the consummate showman that he is, was ready to give to us, but Low T Tonka just. I don't know, his past of trailer trash and bitchery caught up with him, I guess.
I feel kind of bad for Tonka right now. Everybody's bowling on him.
He asked for this. He always threatened to beat up every guy he had a stupid internet feud with. Andy agreed to it, and then Tonka's friend at the time, who was a female MMA fighter, got this official thing set up. And it was totally legit. It was totally like as legit as you can get.
But I just want to say one thing in Tonka's defense, okay? Just one thing. I think those Worski fans in Washington D.C. took it too far when they got in the face of that Tonka Saw fan that was drumming at the Lincoln Memorial. I think that took it too far.
Yeah. Don't take it out on those Catholic boys, guys. That's not cool.
The Andy
Worski fans.
I'll tell you what, though, it was hilarious that Andy Worski, being Canadian, didn't realize that Knoxville and Nashville are two different places.
And it was a race of chicken between incompetence and cowardice that Andy won. That was this match.
But wait a minute. Talk about incompetence. Dick, didn't you fly into the event and then drive back to Nashville to pick a guy up and then drive him back? Wasn't that your 3 hours?
No, that was Ethan Ralph of the Ralph Report. He was driving from his home to Knoxville, and he had to take a detour to pick up Andy. I flew into Knoxville and just they showed up right when I got there.
Okay, so the other guy, he was the one that drove. It was like it's a 3-hour drive.
It was. He had to go pretty far out of the way.
That's like flying to the wrong airport. I mean, it's.
Well, he was just picking Andy up because you know the guy. What's he going to do?
3-hour drive.
We can't trust him to walk.
Even though the Uber would probably be a few $100s, he might get in the wrong Uber.
Right.
He'll end up in Columbus, Ohio.
It's all the same place, right?
Yeah. I thought that the theatrics were fucking awesome. It made me want to fight. I wish I had beef with people.
Billy wants to challenge
anybody,
Andy
literally anybody.
Well, you said you would fight Andy Worski.
I'd fight fucking Andy. I'd fight literally anybody.
When you found out that Tonka wasn't going to show up, you're like, can I fight him?
Yeah, can I just go?
That was my first thought.
I used to think I was native. I was wrong.
Yeah, can you imagine if you did the fight, how much attention you'd get? It'd be huge. That's free media.
I don't even want attention. I want to cut sick wrestling promos. That shit looks so fun. When you
I'm going to tell you something right now. Yeah. Well, I'm 50. I'd fight you, but I'm 52 years old. You land one punch, and I'd shatter every bone in my body.
You're pretty tall, though. I mean, you must have the reach advantage.
I'm so far beyond. If we threw down, Billy, I think there might be some good, at least the trash talking. This is the thing. This thing I didn't get with Tonka either. I'm going like, why didn't these guys just get a little YouTube camera and go in someone's backyard and beat each other up. Why did it have to be this official event? Like, there's nothing stopping these guys from fighting for reals if they want to. And have a guy be big enough to break it up to keep them fair.
Here in Washington State,
did you run this by Nick, the lawyer, Tug?
No. Yeah, Nick already advised against this. He said, I cannot allow. But come on, you see these YouTube videos all the time of backyard fights.
Yeah. We have mutual combat law in Washington State. If two people agree to fight, they can fight. Like there's no
yeah,
crime.
And we had a vigilante superhero named Phoenix Jones that used to run around and beat up bad guys all the time.
Yeah,
that guy, he was awesome.
Yeah, I've known him since he was 12 years old. That's like my little.
There
buddy.
were times he was like held at gunpoint and got the shit beat out of him a few times.
Yeah, because he's always out there looking for trouble.
That's why he needs all of us dressed up as sidekicks.
Yeah.
We can be like Mantis Man, Tofu Boy, and you get your secret name. We just show up next to him. Hey, we're your sidekicks, bro. We're all like in different colored, different powers.
I want to be the fetus, and I just walk around covered in amniotic fluid.
Yeah,
that'd be a sweet superhero.
Like a red stretch suit, the fetus.
I just want to be completely naked, nothing but amniotic fluid, and maybe like some silly putty over my pecker so I don't get indecency charges.
We put like tape over a rope. You can have like an umbilical cord that you whip.
See?
Like Wonder Woman. Yeah. Be your magic lasso.
Yeah. I'm like a pro-life Wonder Woman.
Yeah, your hoodie's halfway there. Look at that. That's almost a fetus. He's almost there.
Like a pro-life Wonder Woman.
How can that thing be swimming on you? It's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? So about this time last year, Billy weighed about 600 pounds, and the other day, what were we at? Like 350 now?
368.
360 in a year.
Wow. Oh, that's awesome. How you doing it?
Low carb, calorie counting. I just went to the gym today for the first time since I started dieting. So maybe
really?
Yeah.
You sore?
No, I didn't go too hard. I just did until I got sore. Then I was like, fuck it, I'm done.
I am totally I'm on fire by guys who lose weight. Like, it just really, I get how tough it is. I know a lot of guys that have gone skinny, and it is the hardest thing of your life. And if you conquer that, you can do absolutely anything. You conquer that big thing and you've mastered everything.
It's like I never really cared my entire life, and then my buddy Boogie 2988 was got the gastric, and he was talking to me about how around the age 35 your body can't carry the weight at 600 pounds. It'll start crumbling on itself, and that kind of got me motivated to change. And I wish I would have done it 10 years ago, because it's been way easier than I thought it would be. It's like,
yeah,
once you stick to a routine and count the calories, it's just science, right?
It's great. I'm rooting for you, though. Well, it'll get to be psychological after a while, but it's just it's a great fight, and I admire guys who just overcome like the big things in their life that's killing them or whatever. It's like, I hope you beat this thing. I think it's great. At 42, I started jogging. I'm sorry. 42, I started jogging because I always believed I couldn't run and I wasn't an athlete, and now I've run 5 marathons.
That's awesome. I'm thinking about a marathon. Like, I don't think it'll be anytime soon.
Where will you stop though? Because you got to stop at some point.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Can I be negative?
No.
Can I be negative pounds?
I guess that's when you
look like Al Sharpton, when you have that tiny body and a giant head.
Oh,
that's gonna be so bad.
He looks like the Crypt Keeper.
I already see like a little bit of gilly-gopper neck coming in, and I don't like that. I need to fatten back up so my neck doesn't hang like a scrotum.
Yeah.
I say we crowdfund the skin surgery once you're done.
Maybe I'll just get scarification. Like, go to those tattoo parlors that scrape your skin in, have them carve me up like a Edward Scissorhands hedge. I look like a flesh bear. I don't know how that works.
You also said something about skin flap wings.
Yeah, if I got like surgically grafted skeletal wings in my back where my extra flab is, so I got actual like working
like a
wings.
Flying squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sugar glider.
A sugar glider.
I got goals, man. Okay. Enough of this Billy being a fat piece of shit talk.
We weren't saying you were a piece of shit.
I mean, we were all thinking it.
Okay. You got me there. You definitely got me there. Let's try, you know what? I'm going to read some of the Streamlabs that were sent in.
Cool.
And then we'll move on with everything. I think I might have seen a few questions for our guests, too.
Am I allowed to sell, like, wallets or lampshades made out of my fat skin?
I don't know.
I think that's illegal. Yeah. I want my skin. I want to be able to make my own wallet.
If I get like the skin surgery and it's crowdsourced, I could be like, whoever sources the most gets like a nice Buffalo Bill jacket.
A huge purse.
Oh man, someone said
a fleshlight with my own skin, my armpit skin as the valve.
Schmidt sent us $2 and just said, "Yeah," like that.
Yeah.
Manny sent me tacos again. People send us food through this service called Treat Stream.
And Ben makes sure to put food I can't eat on there, so I have to watch him eat. He's sick.
They log into it, like, it acts as the middleman so that you don't actually have to, like, give out your address and people can order you delivery and stuff.
And food comes in free.
Yep.
Oh, what a nightmare.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's hard. That's got to make it hard. You got to man up. It's like sending hookers. You got to be like, no.
Do they have an app for that?
Yeah, does that exist yet?
Probably. Well, it's
maybe
my
in the
$1 million
Netherlands.
idea. I come up with them every day. There you go.
Gordo Friedman sent $10 in. Just got home from work and about to roll a big doobie. So have a big doobie on me, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the $10. Mikey Metalhead, $1. This show is amazing with some green tobacco. Thanks, guys. Keep it up. Why are all these people drug abusers?
Yeah, potheads. I saw the pothead intro. I do chew tobacco, so I have Copenhagen in. I use the brown tobacco, not the green one.
Oh my God. The first drug of any kind aside from caffeine that I ever did in my life was I did some dip when I was probably like 10 years old, and that's probably the highest I've ever been in my life on anything.
With some dip?
Yeah.
Damn.
It was crazy. It just, because I probably weighed like 60 pounds or something. It just hit me like a ton of bricks. I felt really out there. Kind of like the first time you ever smoke a cigarette, you get kind of...
Yeah, I was going to say, the first cigarette I ever smoked, I never felt anything like it again. I was like, man, what? This is like, I got to sit down.
Yep.
How the hell do people smoke packs of these a day?
I was almost like seeing trails and stuff. Like hallucinating off of chewing tobacco.
Yeah.
Billy, you swallow that spit on your first chew and you'll be barfing in like 15 minutes on cue. It's better than alcohol barfing. It's
a quality.
It's a solid barf.
Oh, check this out. Here's something I've seen a few times since we announced that Doug was coming on. Killer77 sent us $1, and he says, in Northern Ireland, we were always told that Earthworm Jim was created by a local guy called David Perry. Is this just bullshit?
Right. It is bullshit. David Perry was the president of the company when I brought Earthworm Jim in. So he often gets credit for it. He was the main. Now, it wouldn't have happened without him, so I got to be clear on that, because he really pushed this character to Playmates Toys and Universal, who co-funded the whole project. So it wouldn't have happened without him, but no, he definitely didn't create it.
Should I challenge him to a fight? Should that be the fight?
Yeah, get in on that, buddy. Get in that. Represent me.
Yeah.
Defend my honor. I appreciate that.
I will do, and then I'll puke on him.
Yeah, I'll send you a super chat for that.
Yeah, the puking thing, that's something that's followed Billy around for years. He was featured on, what was it, The Soup?
The Web Soup.
Web Soup, yeah. Yeah.
Chris Hardwick made
when
fun
he
of
was
me
doing
puking.
professional wrestling, he puked all over the ring. And it,
yeah.
You look so majestic doing it, though. Like I got a big heave. I threw up the whole time in Knoxville. I give that big heave into the toilet, and it just kind of dribbles out. You look like a fire hose.
Yeah, every time.
It's beautiful. It's so satisfying to see.
It's like a firework display of vomit.
Turn on the fire hose. It was like a Stand By Me vomit.
I am basically that fucking kid, too. Damn it. My entire life is the greatest story ever told by Will Wheaton. I hate my life. I'm going through suicidal moments right now, comparing myself to the pie-eating fat kid from Stand By Me.
You're only suicidal because it's Will Wheaton who's the narrator of.
I know,
life.
right?
Oh God.
That would push any guy over the edge.
Then he ate the whole pie and he puked on everybody.
Shut the fuck up, Will Wheaton. That's my life. You owe me royalties.
My name is Wade Watts.
Man. Let's see. Manny sent in $5 talking about road rage again. We're gonna have to talk about that and figure out details on that, guys.
Yeah.
Schmidt, $2. Coward, what would a coward beat a drum in front of a MAGA kid in DC? Tonka is a hero.
Damn.
And now they found out that Native American, the indigenous guy, didn't actually serve in Vietnam, so he's a gold bricker. Like in Big Lebowski, when he pulls the guy, he goes, "I recognize a gold bricker," and he pulls him out of the wheelchair, and he falls on the ground.
He gave a statement and then he gave it back. And he took it back. I don't know what you call that, but that's what he did.
I don't know either.
Stinking Tonka. It's Tonka, see?
Look,
I knew it.
sometimes you just got to beat a drum. I'm sorry. It's simple. The world needs more music.
Do you see him? He's hammering the drum like this far from the guy's face.
Yeah.
It's like it's right there. I'm going, okay, we can hear it. Like if it's like this far away. And he's like, right, bam, bam. This is an old man like getting metal on. Bam, You getting this Native American stuff in your head? You MAGA kid. Bam, bam.
And the kid can't respond without appropriating. Like, what's he going to do? Play soft jazz in the guy's face? Play an acoustic guitar right next to his
Eat
face?
some mayonnaise.
Yeah. Can't do anything but smirk, but show off his weaponized smirking.
The whole
This is all we have is hot dogs and hamburgers in my culture. I'm sorry.
The whole thing that kills me about that is like nobody really talks about the black Hebrew Israelites.
Those guys stir up
Those are
trouble.
my
It kept the entire thing going for like an hour, just calling these kids like incest babies and
Your president's a fag.
Yeah, I'm
That's my favorite. That was my favorite one. They're like, we don't care. He's like, do you know? Oh man, I loved it. That was my favorite moment. And the press that's like totally pro-gay and pro-black is like, we don't see nothing here. Let's get after this kid. This kid is sitting there respectfully in front of this old man, just trying to stay as respectful and cool as he can. We're going to go after him. And the whole thing's invented. I mean, that's what bugs me. It's like this was a non-event. Like this is a normal thing that goes on in America, right? There's a group of black Israeli guys like ranting on how the president's gay, and there's normal like MAGA kids, and there's normal Native American guy going up and banging a drum. That's everywhere. And then the press comes out and just rolls this thing out as the icon of our times.
That photo was perfect though, with the kid in the guy's face. It's gonna piss off.
There's
everybody.
so many people
So
eating.
divisive.
There's so many people eating crow that got the whole situation totally wrong at first.
Yeah, and then some like troll changed his name to the kid's mom and posted on Twitter that like he was like, I wish they all would have got smallpox, and it's like, but everybody thought it was actually the mom, so that gets pushed around.
I love it. I love America, man. I love it.
I just wish we could go back to hating people for basic things like what type of fucking car they drive.
I know, and you got to have a freaking doctorate in social media now just to keep up on what the twists and turns are. Like where we're at, you got to do all your research so you don't look like an idiot.
That's why I've just embraced the boomer lifestyle.
Yeah, I don't know nothing.
I'm old. I'm cold. Give me some beer to shut me the fuck up. I don't drink beer though anymore.
No, you don't.
I have no comfort.
Yeah,
there's nothing good in this world for me.
We went to Las Vegas.
Oh, you're just... Go ahead.
Oh, well, we went to Las Vegas last week, and Billy's like, I can't do anything here because he doesn't eat, like junk food. He doesn't drink.
I'm too much of a sweet boy to
He doesn't
get a prostitute.
gamble.
It sucked.
Bill, you better be careful. You're going to become like an evangelist for clean living and straight living. Like you need to walk around and put some fake synthol in something. We're going to lose you to Instagram. You're just
He's
going to
go Amish. He's going Amish on us, Dick.
I wish I was a believer.
Man.
I would be the best priest or preacher or whatever the fuck it is. Because I don't want to bang kids. I just want to talk you out of your money.
You forgot about. Well, there's that.
You say that now, but how many kids have tried to bang you? You're gonna lose all that
Too
weight.
many. Too many.
Watch out.
Too many. It's the internet, man. I hang out with Onision.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, he's got such an interesting list of friends.
I have a rogues gallery
Onision,
on my buddy list.
Martin Shkreli. He's buddies with Martin Shkreli.
It's my boy.
So interesting.
Are you really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that guy. So that guy is the quintessence of the white privilege smirk.
I feel bad for him because he's not as
Me
bad
too.
as everybody thinks, but he definitely plays up like he is. He's a big wrestling fan, so when he got that heat, he just ran with it and made everybody double down on how much of a prick he must be. I don't know. I feel for the boy. But moving on.
When all that dropped on him, I thought, well, okay, there's no way people can understand what he's actually doing with this drug company.
Yeah.
But the way he's trying to explain it is going to either end up with him at the end of a rope or in a ditch somewhere. Let's see how this plays out.
And the feds spent like a year and a half building the case up against him, and
yeah,
he'll be out in like 2 or 3 years, smugging it up, making his money again.
Good.
I got hope.
Who's your other friend that's like universally hated?
I don't a lot. I'm not even sure if I bring one up, I'll feel like an asshole because I'll be forgetting all the other dirt bags I hang out with.
Yeah.
Don't bring up your longtime friend Bill Cosby or anything.
Oh my God.
There's that guy.
Oh,
but, you know, he mowed my lawn a couple times. It doesn't count as a friend.
I don't think that was Bill Cosby mowing your lawn. That was just some other random rapist.
Yeah. Yeah. The ketamine. You know, making Jello.
Pudding pops.
Jello was a Jello shot.
Yeah, Frasm gave me a weed eater hedge blower out.
All right, so I think we're gonna do troll or not a troll.
Okay.
All right, so hopefully this is a good one.
I feel like the last one. I remember the last one being really good. So
yeah, it was that one girl, wasn't it? That was doing the dance.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what this is.
Robin's being a jerk and he won't share his fucking food with me, and you guys are being such fucking haters, and I'm so fucking tired of reading the hate comments, and it's driving me fucking nuts to see these people who are so fucking unintelligent and so like painfully stupid. Like someone said I'm lying about living in Sweden because I was using American money in a video. Like, are you so fucking dense that you think that they confiscate your fucking American money at the border?
What is she on?
Like, so many of you are so unbelievably stupid.
They don't confiscate your money at the border.
They don't confiscate. They need to give her a comma in there. Would be nice.
They need to focus her camera as
That's
well.
the longest sentence I ever heard.
It drives me fucking crazy. It's like, how are you this stupid? I might be crazy, I might do crazy things, but that is not synonymous with stupidity. Get it together. Get your fucking shit together. Stop saying stupid shit. You're dumb as hell. You're dumb as fucking hell. I know I said I was going to do the lunch bowl of the week on Monday, but I'm running out of foundation and I can't do my makeup right now, and I'm just like.
So did she purposefully blur her camera so you can't see her without makeup? Because that's smart.
Yeah.
That's a smart.
Why are we talking like this now? Everything has a unique hand move now. What the hell is this?
Is it Coke or is it maybe just Adderall, meth? Is it?
Do you think she's being genuine here? Or?
It depends. Like, there's so many reasons why she might not be, but if it's drugs, I'm gonna side with. If she's high, yeah, she's just fucking spinning right now.
It looks so stupid. It looks real.
Yeah, this seems like a pretty typical female problem. Trying to cross a border, get all your money taken, don't have any makeup, need makeup.
Having a hard time, you know,
People
my period's been
children
an
are
inch.
dying in Africa.
She just added
Children
the
are dying in
period
Africa.
in.
Can't get my makeup.
Yeah.
She has no makeup and she's on her
And
period.
I don't know, I might announce it on Tuesday. I don't know, send me your fucking pictures and shit, because I'm just kind of like losing my mind, you know, living with dumbass fucking Robin and like recording in secret because I'm really tired of him talking shit about me 24/7 and not sharing his food. I mentioned that he's not sharing food with me.
He's not
and
sharing
it smells
his
really fucking
food.
good and it's driving me nuts.
That son of a bitch.
She's starving to death.
Did I mention he's not sharing his fucking Lunchable?
And I also had a dream last night that Actually, that wasn't a dream. Anyway, have a great day. I don't know. I just
Wait,
wanted
no,
to
that
see-
wasn't a dream. That was real. She's fucking spinning, dude. She's on something.
That's definitely a troll. No woman could resist telling you about her dream. That's a troll. That's a troll, 100%.
Damn it.
So you say not a troll?
Well, now that not a troll.
He made a good point.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, seriously, everyone said it was genuine. So
I think she probably didn't have a dream. She remembered that it was actually just Bill Cosby sneaking in her window. She thought she dreamt it. She's like, no, that was actual Bill. Oops.
Reno says breathe.
Breathe. Yeah, when Bill gives you lewds, your vision kind of looks like this anyway.
Quaaludes or
yeah.
like lewds, like lewd photos in
Quaaludes.
your DM. Okay.
That's blurry, but you can see like black circles around her eyes. She's been either up all night or she's gaunt from starvation.
So yeah,
She's
not a
probably
troll.
on
The
meth.
not a trolls happen.
She's probably on meth. Not if she's not on meth, it's a troll. But if she is,
She should
on
be.
meth, it's not a troll. My boy.
We actually got people to write in puking dog for the last presidential election, and it made the news. I think in the UK, people they did a news story about the weird things people wrote in for the election, and puking dog was on the list. It was great.
He earned it.
Yep.
That's his Native American name. Seems insensitive, I'm just saying, but puking dog.
The Washington puking dogs. I think that has a better ring to it
Than Redskins?
Yeah. Yeah. Here's a story about how a lot of people are backpedaling about the whole MAGA kid thing that happened.
The Kentucky high school, whose students are at the center
Dana Perino, she has the most sparkly eyes.
of a video
Yeah.
controversy, it's closed today due to safety concerns. Local authorities are also now investigating threats made against some of the Covington Catholic.
I would have had that smirk on my face too, honestly, because it's awkward, you know?
How can you take this old guy seriously, banging a drum? Like, it's taking everything within that kid not to just go, hey, hey, like, he's a hero. I couldn't restrain myself like that.
He's going, look at this stereotype walking up to me. Where's the headdress?
Right.
Where's this guy's handler?
Took it.
By students after videos shows an encounter with a Native American man in Washington. A chaperone who was on the trip says students were targeted for wearing MAGA hats and describes what happened.
I think that was one of the reasons they were targeted, and I think they were also targeted for what they stood for, which is Christianity, the right for life. We were standing there and we looked, and all of a sudden they turned their attention to our group and they were screaming.
I've seen so many videos where people wear the Make America Great Again hats and they get so much shit in public. And I don't agree with that, but I think if you're going to be wearing the hat now, like, you better be ready for people to react to it that way.
This is
That's the best part of the hat. You wear it out to start confrontations.
Oh
with
man,
people.
I voted for Trump. I would never wear the hat out in public. I live in Tennessee. I live in Tennessee where Trump's our state bird, and I wouldn't wear it out in public.
This is the woman that was in charge of those kids. She was the chaperone.
Apparently.
She let them sit there and get denigrated by the black Hebrew Israelites for fucking hour and a half. Calling them he's calling them little like rapists, incest babies, and faggots and stuff. It was fucking like I was watching. I'm like, this is like watching furries versus juggalos fight. I don't care who wins. I just want to see it go down.
Being horrible things that I will not repeat to our children, not adults. They were screaming them at children.
Two Covington
Well, they're
students.
17 years old. I mean, hold on a second.
Right.
Were they 17?
I hate it when and all the people on the right, and I'm a righty, but they're all calling them children. I'm going, I mean, easy guys.
Yeah.
They're 17.
They're old enough
off
to
the
date
bubble now.
Onision legally.
If this was Africa, they would be the army.
Right.
They're fine.
They'd be veterans.
This is a homeless man walking up to you and ranting. Everything about this guy is a joke. The face that kid is making is the face that you make when a homeless man corners you and starts talking to you about his life story. It's like, get the fuck away from me, man.
Yeah,
That's
if this
nice.
guy's a child, then that makes the old man a teenager. So it's kind of fair.
You guys don't hang out with the homeless people? Those are my boys.
Yeah.
Students are describing some of the apparent threats.
There have been many threats against our lives, against our parents.
Give me a break, you fucking nerds. Sitting there all seriously with a press conference. An old man beat a drum in our face, and this is our statement on the... Shut the fuck up.
They look like astronauts on death row.
Yeah, get some...
Cosmonauts.
Did your mothers dress you and comb your hair before this interview? Look at fucking Poindexter on the right. Give me a break,
This
man.
does kind of look like...
you.
This kind of looks like a video that like Al-Qaeda would release to like prove people are still alive.
Al Qaeda released it to the gay brazzers.
I'm being treated well.
You know,
Call
ISIS
CPS.
flag behind him.
The parents are back there. You get on TV and you don't embarrass us this time. No smirking. If I see your lip quiver, I will. So help me God, I'm taking away the BMW.
Some of these threats include that we should all be locked in the school and it should be burnt to the ground. The school being bombed. School shooting threats.
Oh, people said mean things on the internet. No.
Oh, scary.
That's a normal burn at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you pussies. God. The online threats drive me crazy because they are that's what the internet is for. To remove the online threats from the internet would just be like ripping the cables out of the wall. It can't exist without horrible death threats and rape threats constantly. Shut the fuck up about them.
Yeah, Bueller 54441, who's shaped like an egg and has 2 followers, said we should get the death penalty.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Give me a break.
It's really scary.
And Nathan Phillips, the Native American activist, saying he is willing to meet with the students, so we'll see if that happens. Jesse, I want to take a listen.
Dusty the cockatiel that he's a beautiful bird.
So Dusty's owner is requesting that you tell his bird that he's a beautiful bird.
Oh, Dusty, you're a beautiful bird.
There you go.
You're a beautiful. Who's a beautiful bird? Who's beautiful right now?
Aww.
Oh, who's beautiful? Put the little top notch up. Who's beautiful? Dusty is.
Oh, man, you really went the extra mile for that one.
Yeah, you rub their little ear and the little holes in there. They got that hole in their head. They look like Crypt Keeper in the ear.
Look like Crypt Keeper. Give them
To
scritches.
an exchange on The View today, which kind of encapsulated this whole argument. Watch this.
Isn't that
Whoopi.
Whoa, Dana Perino to Whoopi. Whoa.
That's a big change.
instantly say
Yeah,
that's what
whiplash.
it is based
Most
on what we
awkward
see in
boner
that
of my
moment,
life.
and then have to walk stuff back when it turns.
Who took a shit on the top of her head? What the fuck is going on there?
Oh no. Oh no. Hi, I'm here on behalf of YouTube. You can't say that.
Turns out we're wrong. Why is that?
Just lost our
Why
Patreon.
do we keep making the same mistake?
Because we're desperate to get Trump out of office. I think that's the reason. I think the press jumps the gun a lot because we have so much circumstantial evidence against this guy that we basically are hoping that, Cohen's got the goods and what have you. And so it's wishful thinking.
There you have it.
I've always...
At least she's honest about it.
Does menopause make you retarded?
I mean, I think The View for like the last 2 decades is proof that that's true.
It's The View from Berkeley.
It's weird not being tuned in to like chick TV. So when you see a clip of it, you're like, oh my God, this shit exists. Like,
There's a huge
interesting.
audience watching this, Dick. There's a huge audience every day sucking this in.
Oh yeah, it's a very popular show. It's been on for a long time.
I watch it every day, but that's because I can't afford porn.
I watch
just
it
just for recipes.
I watch it in like a masochistic kind of way, you know. But plus, I want to know what people are gossiping about. That's like, you know, what's the big mainstream gossip that they're
Hey,
talking
don't tell
about.
Billy he's an above-average-looking bird.
Dick.
Oh no! Come on,
You asked for it, Doug.
Billy. Who's an above-average-looking bird when you spray vomit yourself? Who's looking good? Who's got the? He's rubbing his red cheeks like a cockatiel. Who's above average looking? I'd say a solid six. Solid 6. No,
5.5.
Not a severe burn victim. Not a severe burn victim. Solid 6. Look at Jesse Waters on TV with this giant head coming. He looks like the boss from a level coming eating him.
You know, I've been saying, because I don't really think Sarah Sanders does a good job, honestly.
Nobody else wants that fucking job, dude.
Dana Perino did it really well for Bush.
She don't want that job. She's Fox News right now. She gets to sit there and be the queen blonde. She doesn't want to go back to...
Yeah, you know, after they got rid of Gretchen Carlson and who's the other one? Megyn Kelly. Yeah, Dana Perino is...
All of them. All of the other blondes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the top blonde.
She is the queen blonde of Fox News.
Yeah, she's...
Fox goes through blondes like crap through a goose. But Dana Perino's very... she's elegant and smart and perky. She's perky. The definition of perky.
Yeah.
We like her. I like her.
Yeah, I like her too.
Said that shows
I don't like this hair. This hair isn't working for me.
filled with a lot
Kind
of
of
wisdom.
down the middle, kind of Jennifer
Should we give her
what?
Should we give her Whoopi's hair?
Yeah. Someone take a dump on her head.
I think your food's here, Benjamin.
Yeah, it is. I'll be right back.
And
What do you think Sarah Sanders could do better? Maybe if she, I think she could put on a few pounds, put on about 100 pounds. I think that'd be funny. Maybe come out with some silly hats or wigs.
If she cosplays every time she talks, she dresses up like Sailor fucking Moon or something.
Yeah,
Sailor Moon.
Yeah,
that
would
really
be
own the
awesome.
libs.
She just becomes a super weeaboo. I think that would work. I don't know.
If she dressed like the
conference, she has a
Hamburglar.
different costume on, like a Oompa Loompa one week, and
She
Sailor
announces
Moon
she's
another.
transitioning into Chaz Bono. I think that's fair.
She goes, today we're Vampire Hunter D, says this giant floppy hat she's adjusting.
They should just switch to Norm Macdonald. He should come out in a wig and a Sarah Sanders suit and just pretend to be her.
I feel like Norm might take that job. Is he still getting Netflix money? I saw he had like a Netflix show, and that Netflix money is deep right now. So he might not need the job, but
Didn't Jimmy Fallon kill him? He wasn't allowed on his show because some chick cried because she saw a joke that he told. So
Jimmy Fallon cut him under pressure from the executives.
Damn.
Yeah.
And that's like a big no-no because among comedians, like Norm Macdonald is the comedian's comic, and he laid a lot of track with Jimmy Fallon, so they're old buddies. So to have a buddy have to do that, and you know, Jimmy had to do it probably to keep Grace's on perhaps maybe at a low ratings that week, so he had to do it. So that's a soap opera.
I mean, Jimmy Fallon is basically like the Illuminati. He's the new Carson Daly, right? He just does what they tell him to. He can't step out of that. He can't step out of line.
I really
They'll
liked
kill
him on SNL. I thought he was really funny. And that movie, the Red Sox movie, what was that one?
Oh, with Drew Barrymore?
Fever Pitch.
Yeah. I really liked that movie. I thought he was really funny in it. And then his comedy on his shows is kind of going down. But I like him. Watch the Christmas song he did with Mariah Carey. Of All I Want for Christmas Is You. It's one of the happiest moments of my life watching that video. I'm serious, watch it. You can't not smile.
It's so warm and fuzzy.
It is. It's warm and fuzzy. It's cute.
It's like I'm
cute,
giving
a
Dusty the
cockatiel.
bird scritches. Hey, Manny, I just got to say, Manny, you keep buying Ben this fucking food that I can't eat, and I'm going to fly to Miami and slap the shit out of you. I don't care if you're working for TSA and can't get a paycheck and spend your last fucking dimes on Ben eating in front of me. That's fucking sick,
The tortillas
dude.
are on the side.
The tortillas are on the
someone
side?
buy Billy a tomato slice with cottage cheese on it served on a bed of lettuce.
I don't even eat cottage cheese. It's too many carbs.
Wow.
No, cottage cheese doesn't have carbs, you
It's
idiot.
got like 4 carbs.
Dude, you get 30 a day on low carb.
I do 20.
Dude, ramp up on cottage cheese, man. It's good protein. It tastes good. Crack some pepper on it. Eat that all day. I'm telling you.
I used to eat a lot of cottage cheese. That's how I became 600 pounds. I dipped potato chips in it, but it counts.
You became 600 pounds by eating 3 loaves of bread. You cut the bread out. Eat the cottage cheese. Trust me.
I won 4 shopping sprees at the Hostess Bakery when I was a kid. I think they were just trying to keep me happy. I don't know how that worked.
You got the ho-hos and the Twinkies.
Yeah, the Twinkie the Kid had me on his fucking payroll.
Hold on, we got off from Sarah Sanders. That is the hardest job in the world, right? She's doing a decent job.
Oh, yeah.
The kid just has a fire hose thrown on her all day. Everyone talks about how ugly she is. The press just eats her up as like discredited, and she's there doing a yeoman's job. She's doing great.
Yeah, I wouldn't want her job.
She deserves a medal, man.
You don't think there's anyone who could do it better?
There's people who could do it better, but why would they want that fucking job?
She just looks like she fucking hates being there.
And it's the best she can do with her life.
She does need to be a little happier when she does it, just to grind it in their faces a little more. She needs to look like she enjoys herself, or she's giving them an in, like they're doing some damage to her. She's got to look a little happier. Melania should do it.
Oh, she doesn't need to work. She fucks Trump.
I know, but no one would understand a word she said. It'd be the greatest press secretary ever.
Maybe we can get Artie Lang to do it.
Alex Jones should do it. I don't even understand why the job exists. Get rid of every shitbag liberal reporter. Let Alex Jones give a press conference to Alex Jones edit every single one of them, so it's just him talking to himself like Michael Keaton in Duplicity. Or Multiplicity. That's what I want to see.
With his shirt off. Well, Sean Hannity is practically Trump's press secretary already. He just repeats everything he says.
I feel like we're going to see Alex Jones as the press secretary now. You put things into motion.
God, I hope so. I hope term 2 gets real silly real fast. When that wall starts, I hope Alex Jones as a press secretary. Trump gets a pet monkey or something and lets him run around the White House. The McDonald's thing will look like nothing. That'll look like class for term 2. If Ruth Bader Ginsburg dies, Trump hangs an RBG pinata in the front yard and invites a bunch of kids up to beat the shit out of it. That'd be great.
Yeah, appoints Trey Gowdy to the Supreme Court.
Oh God,
it'd be great. Appoint Sean Hannity. Oh, it'd be so good.
He'll bring in Vince McMahon too to have him work for him
as vice president because he's tired
he'll get rid
of
Pence.
Yeah,
VP. It'd be good. I'm gonna tell you something right now, brother.
Yeah,
the president's doing a real good job. I support everything he says. He has like Vince McMahon like grow up big. He'd like put a one of those rubber bands in his little beard, his heel beard.
The Captain Lou Albano beard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Get a beard, get a rubber band in it.
Yeah.
Here's a clip of Nancy Pelosi talking shit about Trump, blaming him. Yeah. It's weird though. I notice there's a reverence towards Nancy that Trump doesn't have towards most people that he doesn't like. It's noticeable.
Oh hi, it's to see you again. Thank you so much.
Over here.
You know, when they polled Democrats asking them who they would like to see run in 2020, the number one answer that's polling is someone new. It's not even a specific person. But but the Democrats are stuck in the past using the same old guard from, the last 16 years,
That's why Trump is for her, because the left hates her. Go ahead, Dick. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right. I love Andrea Ocasio-Cortez for that reason. Like, I know Republicans shit all over, and every time it makes me cringe because it's like, first of all, you guys can't dunk on a girl that hot. You look like idiots.
True.
Secondly,
she is beautiful. She is beautiful, and I don't get all the you look crazy. I'm going like crazy beautiful.
Yeah, she looks gorgeous. And that she's like, I think she is I think she's stupid enough to be as idealistic as she is, which is great, which is better than like that was the best part about Trump. Like he says shit and it's stupid, and you think, yeah, but I mean, he believes it. He's so rich and such an asshole. I trust what he says. I trust AOC for a similar reason. Like hot chicks always say what they mean. That's why you hate them.
Yeah, like, what if she became president and started enacting policy that believes that the world's going to go underwater and destroy in 12 years?
Well, that's why we got multiple. What did she call them? Chambers of government.
I thought you were going to say multiple personalities. That's what we got.
No, I mean I think it would be hard for her to get. It's hard for Trump to build a goddamn wall, and that's the
I
easiest.
told you that it's not going to
time.
happen. I told Dick the first time I ever talked to him that the wall's not going to happen.
I think it's going to happen.
Do you still think that, Ben? Are you going to do are you still doubling down on that?
Yes, I don't think it's going to happen. And if it does, you're getting a fence. You're not getting a wall, and it's not coast to coast. There's going to be gaps in it. It's not a coast to coast border wall as it was presented.
Look,
I think it's going to be all the way up into space. 100 miles of wall.
We need a floating
It will have
wall,
walls
too.
on the wall because the gravity will be so great. You'll have to. It'll have walls sticking out at 90 degrees. It'll look like a giant cross going down the border.
It would be built by
If he
now.
builds 5 feet of wall, he'll claim victory. He'll go like, look, there's that beautiful wall. He's got like this 5-foot giant diamond thing with spikes sticking out of it. Looks like a.
It would be built by now if it was a super mall wall.
Right.
They would.
There's already more. He always references the wall in Israel. We already have more fencing on our border than Israel has. Because we have a longer border, but we already have that length on the border already. And there's videos of people crawling under it and climbing over it and sawing through it. It's like, okay, and we already know there's dozens of tunnels. They find a new tunnel every month between Arizona and Mexico.
You think we can get Walmart to pay for the wall? It'd just be the Walmart.
The Walmart.
The Walmart.
The Walmart wall. Put their big logo on it.
We got to start thinking about subsidizing this wall and making it a corporate thing, because it would exist if it had some sort of value beyond just standing there.
It's in a place.
Build one big fulfillment center all across the border from Amazon.
It's
Put a strip mall wall.
It's in a place no one can. I mean, like some of the places where they would build it would be hundreds of miles away from the nearest town.
So why don't we just give up some of that land to Mexico? Like have this garbage land. We'll build the wall closer to
because they already took it away from them.
Yeah, but we don't need it if it's garbage land. Let them.
Then why did they take it?
Why did? Because it was a long time ago, man. They didn't know.
Long time.
They didn't have cartographers
have it back.
in their pocket like we do. We got Google Maps in our pocket. They thought it was way closer.
Build a Forever 21 and a Starbucks, and it would be like the entertainment hub of the whole area.
Yeah.
It'd be huge business. The backside's a wall.
Build a
Front
bunch
side
of
is
low-income housing and send all the fucking homeless down there
I'm
to
just
the
like,
wall.
I
Put a
know we-
GameStop in there so they can sell their pirated games.
Yeah.
Then we should make a wall bet.
A what? You want to make a wall bet with
I'd
me?
go in on a wall.
Yeah,
yeah.
because
How do we
I
gauge
think
this?
this was. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
How do we gauge whether or not the wall is it still a wall if it's actually a fence? Like if I come to your house and I'm like, hey, we're gonna replace all the walls in your house with fence. Same thing, right? You'd be like, oh yeah, I'm fine with that.
I think it will
I call
be-
a fence a wall. Dick, you're saying wall.
I think it's going to be either a steel, like that crappy Photoshop picture that he drew with the spikes on the top, and that he probably drew himself while he was taking a shit and bored on Twitter, or concrete.
Like a Mordor wall. Mordor, it's got the spikes on it.
Yeah, exactly. I do think this was his plan to get to rope in for the midterms, let the purple puddle work out, and then go hard on Wall 2020. I think that's been his plan the whole time.
Can we make it?
Is he going to cave on the shutdown, Dick? Then is he going to cave on it, or is he going to hold out for the wall?
It's so hard. It's a cave.
It's
He's a
negotiator.
cave.
It's a cave. If he says you can have all of your recycling crap and no wall, that's a cave. Or if he builds a fence, that's a cave. Ann Coulter says she won't vote for him in the next election. And they'll start running these little side factions going, let's not support him without the wall because he's the wall guy.
If this was his plan, if this was his plan to exactly the way it's going, then his plan was also not to be able to finish the wall by the time his presidency is over, even if he gets a second term.
He doesn't have a plan. He does not have a plan. Come on.
I know.
He doesn't know what he's going to have for lunch. He's winging it, and he's going, I'm going to try to get this wall. If it doesn't happen, I'll spin it like I got a wall, even though I didn't. I'm Trump.
Can we just start driving all the garbage down to the border and making a wall of trash?
Did you see
and then fill a compost in with like bramble and sticker bushes and shit? Just have this big organic trash shit wall growing down there.
That's
Nobody
a good
wants to go
idea.
through.
I'd do that. That qualifies. No one will want to go near that thing. There's seagulls picking at everything all over it.
Yeah, I'm staying in Mexico. If I come up to a big pile of shit and sticker bushes, I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Did you see that tweet from 2015 where Trump is talking shit to Jeb Bush because Jeb Bush called the wall a fence, and he's like, it's not the same thing. It's going to be a wall, not a fence. And now he's like acting like it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's his job, dude. He's Trump. He's allowed to like change the definition of words. Shut up. That's his job.
Look, he's president of the United States of
wall,
America.
I meant a bunch of drones flying around. Drones. That's a virtual wall. Beautiful security on the southern border. Dick, do you buy that?
No. It's gonna be a damn wall. That's what he's building. He's a construction guy. He knows what a wall is.
The drones would actually be more effective.
I agree.
Like a defense grid of, a mixture of a barrier and actual boots on the ground and technology. You know?
But you can defund drones. You can't defund a wall.
Mm-hmm.
True. True, big ugly wall.
I'll tell you what, hold on, you can though, because this wall's going to have to be maintained. It's not gonna...
if we get a Dem president, it's going to be tear down the wall. That's the first thing they're going to do. It'd be like put all their Supreme Court picks in jail and tear down the wall.
You're right. That probably will happen.
You guys can't smell this food.
That'd be fun too.
It smells really good. Like, is it good, Ben? I see it slopping and dripping all over you. I'm over here.
Pavlov, Billy Pavlov response. It's just, bro.
So
you got to overcome that, bro. Iron will. You're at war.
I'm at war.
That's weakness. That's weakness. F that smell.
I'm at war. I actually prepared for war. I told myself if Manny did this again and bought Ben another delicious meal that I couldn't have, that I'd come prepared. I got Ben's favorite food now.
One last thing. Oh yeah, I'm not an egg fan. I don't like eggs.
Eat that hard-boiled egg, man. That's good.
No,
that's good.
You want it, Ben?
Look at that thing.
Are you jealous,
Cracked
Ben?
Pepper. Cracked pepper on that thing.
Oh man, he eats that nasty McDonald's egg, gelatinous crap too.
Oh man. Oh yeah. You jealous, Benjamin?
Yes.
This is gross.
This is gross.
Yeah. See, one last thing about the wall. I can't believe, like almost 40 years after Reagan was in office, he went to the Berlin Wall and talked about how evil it was. And now 40 years later, we have the Republicans electing someone because they want to build a wall.
Yeah, but there wasn't Mexicans in Germany.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, that's right. We're not trying to oppress and split a country. We're trying to build a wall around our country.
I don't know.
I mean, if you can't build a wall to keep people out that you don't want in, then you're not much of a country. Like if I went for a walk right now without a passport into France and said, "Hey guys, it's all global. We're all globalists. We're all one country. They'd throw me in jail." If I walked across their country border, I said, "Look, I'm French now. I want your benefits. I want a job." They'd throw me in jail. That's all we're doing.
But if you were born in Belgium, you could just go across the border and go to France without, specifically being from France because of the way the EU works.
Yeah, that's because the EU is stupid. That's why they didn't Brexit. They're going like, dude, we have like Islamic radicals walking into our country with families of like 18 children. And by the way, we are blessed to merely have a bunch of Hispanics coming into our country and trying to live here. What Europe has with Islamic radicals so undermines their values. We get Hispanics in here and they're cool.
Yeah.
Hard workers, Catholics, pro-family, having kids, hard workers. We need that here, frankly, more than some honky Americans that sit on their beds and sit on their parents' couch and never lift a finger on their life. They just play Xbox till they die. So I'm all for like having Hispanics. I'm just going in general, though. You still have to maintain the principle that we ought to be able to operate the borders of our own damn country.
Yeah, my argument isn't against the securing the border itself. It's I don't believe the wall is the most effective way to do that.
But still, throw a wall in there, right? Throw a wall in there. It's not a big deal. Throw a wall in.
If it was a billboard, a big ass billboard, and you could sell the space.
Ben, I agree with you. We need a moat.
A moat, yes.
The wall is a
Crocodiles,
compromise. We need
gators
to dig
in.
it out and make a big canal that goes across the entire bottom.
Put sharks with lasers.
Exactly.
There should be a wall of military housing, and when you're done, with the military, you get a nice little space to defend the wall, like Castle Black, all the way down the coast, or not coast, border, derp. Coastal property is better.
Every Mexican that comes up, you got to give them a boat and a fox and a chicken and a bag of chicken seed, and they have to solve that riddle to get into the country. Perfect system.
Is it not ironic?
I would not qualify for my own country if that was the case.
What if it was an American Gladiator? Like every border was the American Gladiator Super fucking Dome or whatever the hell that shit was. The guts,
The aggro crag.
the aggro crag. Yeah, it's the fucking aggro crag. If you want to get into America, you got Maura Kirk down there with Mike O'Malley like doing the fucking announcing. I would watch
That's the new passport. Is a piece of the aggro crag that you can get on eBay. You got to flash that to
I've
get
seen
back
those
into the
on there.
country.
Donald Trump made it to the White House on reality TV. Why aren't we turning America into reality TV? Like that was his strongest thing he did was The Apprentice. That and all the housing that he took away.
Well, other than everyone on this channel has a channel, we're all reality TV.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't put a camera down there on the border and have a fence so that everyone in the world would show up there to fight but Tonka.
Poor
Sorry,
Tonka.
Tom.
Poor Tonka saw all he ever wanted to do was remain anonymous and talk shit to people online.
and threaten to
Good
kick
man,
their
good
ass.
man.
All he wanted to do was threaten every single person he talked to on the internet.
Yep.
If
He
I
had a
was in a
simple dream.
If I was in a wheelchair and HIV positive, I'd do the same thing. I'm just saying.
I'm not saying he's gay. He just has the AIDS. Okay,
I didn't say gay.
Yeah,
he
we
could
never,
be
we
like
never,
intravenous.
we never
he
said
could be
that.
hepatitis.
Yeah, he could have been born with it. His mother could have had AIDS. It was passed on.
Other
We
could
don't
have-
know.
I don't want to do that to his mom. We don't talk about their moms, but yeah.
Yeah, we're not doctors. We don't know what his mom did.
I'm not a scienturist or anything.
Yeah, there was something you kept saying when you had Maddox on your show that I agree with a lot. No matter how bad someone is, going after their job is pretty low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't believe in tearing apart someone's income. That's not cool. And that goes for anyone, like even boycotts and stuff. I just go, you know what, a liberal, he should be able to keep his job. An asshole should be able to keep his job. And if you disagree with me, you ought to at least be backing me up that I ought to be able to work and pay for my family. It's like if I'm a Nazi, fine, undermine my, but the goal is to get them to change their mind, even if it's just to keep their job. But now it's like if you don't recycle, you can't keep your job. And that's stupid. If you smirk at a public forum where men argue things out, if you smirk, you can't have a job, and they're doing like murder threats, like go up and punch these guys in the face forever. It's like that's not America. That's not freedom.
Yeah,
it's not reason. So you guys too. It's like if you guys make a mistake, it's like I'm all for you guys. Yeah. And YouTube tries to demonetize you. I'm just not for that. You got to be able to make a living, and we got to be really sacred about guys bringing home income. That's the way we pay our bills. You don't want to turn us into a criminal.
Yeah, that
we can just be socialists, right?
That
right.
That IRL stream we were telling you about earlier, where the whole barbershop thing happened. The guys we were hanging out with, they also asked some woman with blue hair how many genders there were. And there was a huge public post, right?
Yeah, and I'm really well
on
known in
Facebook.
Seattle, so it was like it got blown
Yeah,
up.
people were there was like a band of there was like a group of guys who bounce at the local nightclubs, and they were they all wanted to find Billy and beat his ass.
They were trying to beat me up.
Yeah, put it on video though. Get some subscribers.
They wanted to hurt little Billy all because he was hanging out with the IRL streamers.
Yeah,
it's whatever. I don't.
That's
think
the other thing with
fought
me and Dick, me and Maddox. It's like no one tells me who to sit with and talk to.
Yeah.
It's like I had so many of like culture goes out. Even on this show, a Christian guy came out and said, you realize like, hey, those guys are pretty far to the right. Be careful, like you're a Christian and stuff. I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm going to talk to guys normal, and we're all be normal. They're allowed to say, like, I totally don't believe anything you believe in, and you're an idiot for believing it. That's how men go up and bang a drum in each other's face. It's normal.
Sure, and yeah,
I want you to talk to Maddox every week. Are you kidding me? That was hilarious. that was the most we've got out of that lying schmuck in years. After he cost Asterios his job and pushed his girlfriend into trying to get my girlfriend fired by calling her elementary school. I wish you'd sit him down every week and take him to church and teach that spineless, nutless sack of shit what being a man really is.
I would confront him
pray
on
that
the
you would
same
do
ground.
that.
You don't go after a man's job.
He did. Yeah, he definitely
or your
did.
girlfriend, that dirty pool.
He sued me and the company that I built myself over the last 6 years just to try to get my clients to leave me. I wish you would sit him down and explain why that was bad, because he's in LA, which is, is a den of sin and lies. I'm not a religious guy, but that is not a religious thing.
Right. Where religious or not, I'd say it's dirty pool to go after a guy's job, period.
Yeah.
Dirty pool. That's a principle I hold to. If when Maddox falls under that, dirty pool.
Yeah.
You don't do that.
From what I understand, he pretended to be a female reporter to get Asterios fired. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Well, you can't say pretending. You got to say transitioning.
Fuck.
Yeah, he was Heather S, and he sent all the female executives at Asterios' job an email saying he was writing a piece on the alt-right, and then he quoted me and attributed everything to Asterios. That's what started. And when that didn't work, when Asterios didn't get fired, that's when the lawsuit happened.
Did he put on like a wig and makeup and everything and go in personally dressed up?
Just
as
a
woman?
name.
Just a name. Shit, I would have had so much more respect.
I'm not denying his acting abilities. I'm just saying I think it was just a
if
name.
he would have Juana manned the whole thing, I would have been on his side actually.
Me too.
Mrs. Doubtfire rolling up in the fucking the HR department.
I always wondered like how you picked that convincing woman's name. He goes like Heather.
If I would have been born a woman, my name would have been Heather.
I know, but he doesn't do like Terry or Pat or something vague.
Pat.
He's Heather.
There's
Heather.
a random.
No one will confuse that.
There's a random name generator online that I've got a weird amount of use out of because it feels so awkward to like pick a fake name for whatever reason. I don't know why this comes up so often, but I'll sit there if I ever have to pick a BS name for an account, just sitting there like, I don't know, Emily. That sounds like too on the nose.
That's my aunt. I can't do that.
Yeah, I can't do that. So I just go random name generator, whatever on Google. It's helped me so much.
So why are we
back to Pelosi being pulled around by this mafia guy.
So
let me give you my
Mundane
overview on Pelosi.
Maddox and Tonka Saw in a three-way death match. Who wins?
Mundane Matt?
Mundane Matt, Maddox, and Tonka Saw. Who wins?
Well, Tonka's a no-show.
Okay.
So
that's between Maddox wins between he and Mundane Matt.
You sure Matt lifts boulders?
I think Matt would just be too busy pandering to Maddox.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maddox angry. That's why he throws these lawsuits around. I always feel like the guy who's the angriest, because I can't imagine Mundane Matt being angry. So, and the angriest guy I think wins every fight. Because you're irrational. Like you can't knock that guy down. If he's crazy enough, he'll get back up till you kill him. The angriest guy usually wins the fight.
Then you just kill him, right?
Well, this is also assuming they're going to fist fight. When in reality, none of them would fight. A much more accurate fight for those three would be a small dick contest.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I think Maddox would win that one hands down. He's if his anger comes from anywhere, I think that's where it would come from.
I just think we all need to get in a ring. Get Nick Rekieta, get Maddox, get all of us in a ring, and we'll split all the subscribers up. And I think a massive brawl, just a massive fist fight, is what the internet needs right now.
I am so down for that.
You wear the T-shirt of your favorite like political candidate or your favorite cause.
Can I just wear an Ocasio-Cortez G-string?
Yeah, no one would touch you. No one's going to the floor with you in that.
Come and get me, boys.
I noticed during your Maddox interview, he just kept every person that sent in a Streamlabs or a super chat. He was like, "Oh, that's a stalker. They stalked me."
Nick and I didn't know the story at all. I'm just like, okay, I'm going to go with what you tell me. It's like, I guess so. And he also said, he said, all of the guys that are giving money are fake accounts and they'll retract it.
Yeah.
It wasn't true. I was like Giant Bank that night.
Nice.
So again, I'm forever thankful to him for coming on my show. I can't diss him. Good man coming on my show and taking the heat. But, I don't know if he'd come on my show again. I'll invite him back on. I want to get he and Dick on and just have
I'll do it.
I just want to melt YouTube down with my channel. I get so many subscribers, man. I'm a pitiful guys. Have mercy on me. I'm trying to get 8,000 subscribers with all these guys, like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. Go to Doug TenNapel and just build my self-image. I'll present the gospel and you'll all unsubscribe anyways. But
Yeah, I love your gospel stuff. I love watching you argue with evolution guys on Twitter, like not in a sarcastic way either, because they do melt down.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, they completely lose it. I'm always like, I don't believe in evolution. So like culture just has them like going, what? What?
So do you not believe in any evolution at all? Like,
well, now we're going to go into all this crap. I believe in microevolution. So I believe there's a capacity in the DNA for like finch beaks to grow and shrink. That is technically evolution, but it's microevolution.
So if small changes are possible, wouldn't enough small changes over a long enough period of time also be possible? And then we're talking about big changes?
Yeah, possible. But the problem is the idea that like colliding matter, like colliding DNA, mutating, and what it has to do is create information. Okay, you have to create information from something more basic to something more complex. That's just kind of common sense, difficult to get my head around. So there's changes, right?
Right.
And then there's creating complex structures from an animal that barely is like a protein string.
Well, evolution never actually stops. Everything is constantly evolving, whether that be mutation, natural selection, artificial selection. So everything is in a constant state of change. And when you talk about how old do you think the Earth is?
That's something I'm really open on. I'm okay with it. I tend to lean toward an old Earth. Hundreds of millions of ideas. I'm okay with a young Earth, but I'm not convinced either way. So I lean old Earther, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the evolution thing is different. The idea that given the law of entropy and things just kind of breaking down over time, does information come into DNA through mere reproduction and adaptation is my question. And that's the thing I have a real tough time getting my head around. That a wolf over long periods of times like hangs around in the shores and slowly gets more and more benefits for living farther out in the water until he becomes a whale over hundreds of millions of years. I just don't believe there's enough time in the world to present. That's just bizarre. To me.
That is bizarre, but that's not actually how they would say evolution works.
But that is what science says, is that a whale-like animal came from a wolf-like animal.
Like animals.
So imagine like the nose benefiting a wolf for being a little higher on his head. Like it's so adaptive.
Every animal on Earth came from originally the same animal.
Allegedly, yeah.
Yeah. So it's not. So it's not too far-fetched that sea mammals became land mammals and then maybe even sea mammals again at some point.
Yeah. I see those proposals, and I'm just saying, if our criteria in science is empirical evidence, that is, I need to see it, smell it, taste it, touch it, like empirical evidence, then as a skeptic, I demand the evidence, and so I look at the evidence and I'm going, it falls short.
I don't need evidence.
Evolution requires an unfathomable amount of time for certain things to occur, so it can't be demonstrated to you just before your very eyes in an instant.
Yes, that's true. So we ought to see within the genome, let's say, or within the DNA. I'm sorry for boring all you guys, but
that's okay.
Within the genome or within the DNA, you ought to see some amount of change within our time. So there's scientists out there that are doing.
Look at Billy. He started at 600 pounds. How's that for? That's
I know he's falling down.
I'm about to be a wolf.
Baby.
I was a whale last year.
Evolution.
You're just a furry.
Yeah.
I'm only saying there's a lot more wishful thinking than there is demonstrable evidence.
I don't need evidence.
They use evolutionary biology to create things like flu like flu shots every year.
That's very different when a human being goes in and breeds like 50 different kinds of dogs, and one looks like a munchkin and one looks like a giant.
Well, like small dog breeds have their form of dwarfism. That's how, they would breed the dwarf versions until they had nothing but the dwarf version of that animal. And that's how we got
Taco
from
Bell
wolves
dogs?
down to small dogs. Taco Bell.
Yeah, my criteria is not moving the DNA within a species. My criteria is creation of any new information. And that you will not find anywhere in the physical world, where rocks colliding together create new information. Well, given the law of entropy, things tend to actually degrade and get worse. Is far more what we see in the hard evidence.
The information is constantly new. Like new information is constant. I mean, like I'm not even okay specifically with that terminology, information. But if you want to refer to DNA as the information is constantly being updated.
Updated, but not increasing in complexity. So a single-celled organism is less complex than a two-celled organism, or a organism that can reproduce, or an organism like what it would take to create an eyeball. That is an immense amount of information being created by purely natural processes. That's what I'm skeptical of, and I have a difficult time believing in.
I think
I just love seeing guys who are not scientists run out of information and then get angry. That's what I love. Because everybody's a scientist on everything until they run out of information, and then they start going, woo, woo, ha, 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 ha.
Yeah,
Then they start with the name
qualify all of this with I'm a comic book maker and an animator. So
that's where
let's qualify this whole thing for a second.
I think you lose your faith in evolution when you start to gear towards science. I believe in evolution. It's a faith thing for me. Because
it shouldn't be faith.
But this is why, right? Because
it has to be.
Yeah.
Evolution not a scientist.
It doesn't have to be faith.
Evolution says we came from gorillas and monkeys and apes, right? Gorillas are huge animals with tiny peepees, right? They got little peepees. Now we aren't as huge. We aren't as strong, but our peepees are bigger. So because of evolution, in like my great grandkids gonna have a massive swinging dick, and that's why I believe in evolution.
We didn't come from gorillas or monkeys.
What about the big dick?
Yeah, how do you explain that?
How do you explain my great grandkids big dick? How do you explain my great grandbaby swinging fucking dong, Ben?
Yeah, how do you explain men with small penises? Like, how did they ever survive? Or we reproduce with people who have like visual prescriptions that like weaken your DNA. And
honestly,
we're getting all of our genes. I have to take we have glasses and poor eyesight, and we're reproducing.
Small penises are probably because of civilization, where people don't have to be the strongest to procreate anymore, because you can also trick people into thinking you're fuckable. You know, the more fuckable these beta males
my
get,
God, Billy.
the more their tiny penises will be passed down. But back in the day, you had to be the fucking strapping lad to bang a woman, right? You had to beat the shit out of everybody.
That's like 70s porn saying you have to have a big penis. I'm, reasonably small.
You're 6'8", like small on you is still going to be a tool.
You're 6'8", you're looking from a long way away.
Yeah.
If you
Dude,
were
it's not-
shorter, you
dude,
would know
it's
how
not
big
true.
your penis is.
Dude, if it was to scale, I'd be a porn star.
If I was a 5 foot fucking nothing manlet, my dick would look like a monster on me. But it doesn't, because I'm 6'3" and 400 fucking pounds. It just looks like there's like a sea of body around my little fucking ding dong. It's not even little. And I say little because of how big I am. It's unfair.
Because it looks small compared to the rest of the body,
Yeah,
right?
to
So
the
if you
rest of the
lose weight,
bod.
you gain scale.
But yeah, but if it was like a Pepsi
Didn't
challenge.
you say it hides too?
Sometimes, yeah, but that's different.
Oh.
It's because I got so much
that's
fat down there. Every once in a while, it fucking hibernates, okay? But if it was a Pepsi challenge and it was my dick in a fucking behind a curtain hanging out, a girl would be like, I prefer this over Coca-Cola. It's not a bad dick. It just looks bad on my fucking massive whale body. I'm actually
Is that a
pissed right now.
motivator? Do you think about that when you walk into the gym, like when you're at your darkest and you want to start eating cottage cheese with potato chips, and you're like, I'm doing this for my dick. I'm doing this for you, man.
It
is literally growing every day you go to the gym.
It
bro.
is.
I want you to think about
It
that.
is.
It is.
Well, I used the little fucking thing before I lost weight, so I'm not too worried about it. But now I'm getting like bonus unlocked content every time I drop 50 pounds. It's awesome. DLC.
I'm gonna read some more of these for
sure.
That came in. Get Nick Rekieta on sometime.
Yeah. He's a good guy. Good guy.
Yeah, we'll have him on. Schmidt gave $1.
I love him. I love him.
Don't get the joke out fast enough. Damn you, or didn't get the joke out fast enough. Damn you, Billy. I'm not
I
sure
stole
what
his Tonka Washington D.C. joke before he could get it out.
Pez gave us $10. Haven't smoked in like 20 days, so here's my cigarette money. Shows like Earthworm Jim made my childhood amazing.
That's actually awesome.
That blesses my heart, guys. Blesses my heart.
And
I'm just one of you, like creating little junky little guys, and to have one of my little guys like go out and make people happy was really cool. Really makes me happy.
I always love the concept of how it was a little worm head with like this giant muscular body.
Yeah,
that's good.
That's all of us.
And Doug is
like every man feeling like the world's against him, and he's given like this gift of having like a god body.
Yeah.
But you feel like you're an idiot with all these opportunities thrown in front of you. It's like it's all of us.
You basically just told us the origin story for Earthworm Jim was that you're a 6'8" strapping man with a tiny fucking worm dick. And
That's right. That's right. I am that guy. I own it. I am Earthworm Jim. That's true. But it's all of us. It's all. Hey, I'm not the only one, man.
Oh no, yeah, I'm fucking.
Don't leave me out here hanging, guys.
Oh yeah, I'm pig nose Jim. I'm pig snout Jim. My dick looks like a fucking snorts and eats out of a trough. I can't help it.
Schmidt gave us $1. He said, "Hey Ohio, hey Ohio, hey Ohio."
Hey.
Interesting. I don't know what that means.
I know what it means.
Is that some Michigan
Hey
talk?
yo, hey yo, hey yo.
Oh,
Is that
I
it?
see.
Hey yo.
Damn. Hey Ohio.
See if there's any bob.
Ooh, bow.
Let's see. Schmidt gave us $1, $10,000, but you have to suck a whoopee dread to completion. What would you do?
I'd suck every one of them till they came. I get $10,000 for each one I blow.
Suck on one of those poop locks?
Yeah, I'd suck every fucking one of them.
Yeah.
I'd walk out with $150,000.
Manny,
of Ted Danson's money.
yeah, they did go out back in the day. Wow.
But wasn't it after he like said the N-word or something, and then they had like a public relationship to kind of get him back?
That was his penance.
Yeah, no, there was. I swear he said something that was like, I don't know exactly what it was, but it was like racially confusing. And in the '90s, you had to say something really fucked up back then to get called out for racism.
Manny sent $5. Hey Billy, the thing I picked said carnitas. It sounded like mostly meat dish, and it was.
It was.
I
Yeah,
mean, there's still some.
It was rice and cheese and tortilla, and Ben slurped all the meat out. So if I wanted
it's still there.
If I wanted some fajita soup, I guess I could go eat some
Also,
goulash.
you can come to Miami, and I can take you on a really nice keto dinner.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Reagan Lodge $1.
Oh, I know that guy. That's a buddy of mine, Reagan Lodge.
He said, we're going to build a beautiful planetary defense shield, and the Greys are going to pay for it.
The wall's just the beginning.
Yeah.
He's one of the best artists I know, Reagan Lodge. Good artist. Awesome. Good guy.
Matt Jarjosa, $5. New information in DNA comes from random mutation. Nature selects which random mutations to preserve. So that was a response to that earlier.
Fairy tale. Move on.
How do you explain?
Hold on. How the fuck is that a fairy tale but the Bible isn't?
No, move on. No, quick.
Hold on. How is the Bible not a fairy tale?
How do you explain dwarf booty?
Yeah.
That's evolution at its finest.
We would. I'll say like. We would definitely have evidence if people lived to be like 500 years old just 5,000 years ago, like in the Bible. Well, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we can't jump down that rabbit hole.
I know we're gonna turn. It's gonna turn to the evolution show. I swear, it's gonna turn to like the creationist versus evolution show. Everything does. I'm sorry, guys.
See, like, I don't think it's mutual. Like,
just trust me. You're all full of crap if you believe in evolution. Just trust me. Okay. Anyways, moving on.
I think you can believe. I think you can accept evolution and still be religious. I don't think they're mutually.
You could,
exclusive.
but why? If you're going to believe in a fairy tale, anyways, go.
I'll tell you what. The Catholic Church. The Catholic Church already accepts evolution.
Yeah, well, the Catholic Church doesn't accept a lot of fucked up shit.
You mean the Catholic Church?
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
If the Catholic Church is your standard bearer, then we're in trouble.
Jacqueline Daggard for $2. Doug is also against gay marriage. He is.
Oh, now we're gonna do the gay marriage show real quick.
I mean, that's different.
I'm against gay marriage too. I don't think anybody should be getting married ever. It's a curse. That's a plague on.
Dick, we're getting you married.
So I believe
it's a cult.
I believe that. So this is something else we're going to disagree on. But here's the thing: I believe morality is subjective, and you have every right to be against gay marriage if you think so. I'll argue the evolution part more because we actually have seen evolution work. Whether or not gay people should get married, that's just an opinion. I can't argue with your opinion, really.
I believe in the don't knock it till you try it principle. So if you want to hate gay marriage, just marry a dude first and prove to me that you really don't like it. You know, you can get a fucking divorce. Who cares? But just suck a couple dicks.
Does that apply to marrying children too? I mean, I'm just checking your standard here.
Damn it.
I'm going to test.
This is why I don't debate, because I don't want to fuck kids.
Okay.
Look, we invented marriage when people lived to be like 35. Now we live to
according
80,
to the Bible,
90.
they live to be like
700
years old.
We're going to have VR soon. Marriage can't handle this kind of stuff. It's old technology.
Dick, we're gonna work on that.
So mandatory gay marriage, Billy.
Mandatory gay marriage, mandatory abortions. I want mandatory everything. And I'll go to creationist school if I want to. Like, I'll learn about the 6,000-year-old Earth, and I'll give it a fair shot.
Yeah, give it a fair shot.
Yeah, I'll get a sex change as long as I can change back afterwards. I don't
really like the comparison of gay marriage to pedophilia or bestiality because, I mean, we've already determined as a society that people below a certain age aren't able to give consent, whereas adults are. So,
I think you should.
I'll only go.
Adult men are.
I'll only go marrying children and marrying dogs and marrying the furniture or marrying two women instead of one. I'll only go there in that it is true that there are worse forms of marriage than others, right?
I mean,
like there's marrying a guy, then there's marrying a child, then there's marrying a dog, then there's marrying the couch.
Okay, well, marrying the couch, I mean, marriage is a contract first and foremost, and a couch can't sign a contract.
Yeah, me and my couch had a non-verbal commitment.
Marrying a dog, can't sign a contract.
There's no consent with a couch. There's no consent with a couch. My marriage thing is that, like, all of you, I know it's not a mystery, but all of us came from a man and a woman. They were probably married. And that I advocate for that as an ideal. And so when you start jacking with ideals, I believe there's larger consequential trouble that happens been merely like, I don't think these things are just fads or fashions or things that we personally believe. I think a man and a woman who have a child, there ought to be a lifelong commitment of some kind, and we call that marriage. And there isn't such a thing as two men who reproduce. So I don't think we have to honor that with the same.
But imagine how much two men could get done if they didn't have a woman in their way.
It's true. It's true.
So should we also
can shit down?
Should we also ban heterosexuals who can't reproduce from marriage too? Then, since it's all about reproduction.
I didn't say all about. I said it's one of the reasons why. There's a lot of reasons.
So if two people that can't reproduce with each other is the reason why they shouldn't get married, then that means if one of them, or even heterosexually, they should, like, if one of them can't procreate, they shouldn't get married because procreation is the reason for marriage.
Well, marriage isn't merely for children, for ideal for children. It is also ideal for children. So
why is the male erogenous zone in their asshole?
Yeah. That is not true.
Is it not
totally,
true?
That is totally fake science.
You ever had your prostate milked? You
made up by deviants.
You
Get
never
your thumb
had
out of your butt.
You never
Billy, get your thumb out of your butt.
You never had a monkey claw up your asshole, just pulling out all your insides.
Yeah, Billy. When you masturbate, do you stick a thumb up your butt?
If it would reach.
No, you don't. I already know you. I know you don't. I know you don't.
Is that how you throw up, Billy?
All the work is on the front end. So if this big erogenous zone is there, why aren't you using it every single time? You don't use it
because we haven't unlocked that achievement yet. Once I have many friends who put things in their butthole.
You ever reached that level? Yeah, you have many friends. Two who say they put their thumb up their butt.
Not just the thumb. Some of them make their girlfriends have glass strap-ons and they play Parcheesi and the Bunchies.
Yeah, and they have blue hair and they're baristas at Starbucks.
I live in Seattle. That's everybody.
So
it's not your parents who made you. I'm advocating for what made you.
Yeah, I'm sure my dad didn't like stuff in his ass, except that one time he told me he experimented with a candle. But he said he was handcuffed at the time, so it didn't count.
They are kind of turning on Doug
that one
now.
time he took a really long crap and he made sure it took a really long time because it was kind of cool.
So there's a few disparaging remarks against Doug. Of
course. Bring it. My people, I love you all.
So this person says, Doug, your arguments against evolution are dated as hell. Also, you're a bigot.
Good. Yeah, I love you too. Good. Bring it on.
Okay, Sean.
Do you want me to respond or do you want me to
yeah. You're free to respond.
A bigot would say that I'm only against this stuff because I hate X or Y. I don't hate gays. I'm an art major, right? I've been around fags all my whole life. They've been in and out of my life, in and out of my family. I hang out with them all the time. The idea of a man banging or going down another man doesn't bother me whatsoever. Right? It's not a big deal. I take a principled position against it. It's because of my values that I get from the Bible there. That's not hatred. To call it hatred is just like you're going to have to go on a big giant microscopic hunt in my heart and find some hatred you're not going to find.
So here's a question for you. Is slavery condoned in the Bible?
No.
Are you
indentured
sure?
servitude. Okay, yes.
No. I have to stop you with this one. It's not indentured servitude. It is slavery. It is someone owning someone else, and it has a list of rules. Some of them being that it's okay to beat them.
Yeah, race-based slavery, like we hear in America, is not at all condoned in the Bible. No.
You know what?
No, actually, it is. It actually is because different rules applied to Hebrew slaves than they did to non-Hebrew slaves. So it was based on race.
We have a 7-year of Jubilee that applied to everyone, where whoever was a slave had to be released. Look at this. We're doing a giant Hebrew show on Drunken Peasants. Who'd have guessed?
Yeah, Ben's the black Hebrew
Every 7
Israelite.
years,
Got it. Doug manipulating us into doing this.
Ben's the black Hebrew Israelites. Doug is the MAGA hat kid. I guess that makes me the fucking drummer.
That's right. That's right. Look at that flab this guy's working up. Look at that lost weight.
Yeah,
that's heroism, people. That's heroism.
Someone said, Matt Jar Joseph said, Earthworm Jim is proof of evolution. Human and earthworm DNA smashed together.
Damn it.
Someone also said, if the Earth were 6,000 years old, the sun would be invisible because it takes photons 1 million years to escape the sun's core. For evolution, watch Aaron Ra's video, Foundational Falsehoods of Creationism and Systemic Creation of Life. I mean, that is true. We see, even with stars, we see stars that we know are a certain amount of light years away, that they're so far away that if the universe was only, 5 to 10,000 years old, we couldn't possibly see light that has traveled that.
Can I give you an argument for that real quick?
Okay.
This is weird because I'm a old Earth guy, right? And but I read all of these young Earth creationist arguments, and I found a pretty compelling one. So one of them says, when God made Adam, he makes a complete man. So he's less than 5 minutes old, but he looks like a whole man. He looks like he's, say, 20 years old. So why couldn't God also make a star, for man's pleasure, that has 130 light year beam that looks older?
So the answer is God is magic.
Well, that's the whole point of the Bible,
right? That's the whole point of God, that he's magic. What do you mean the answer is God is magic? That's
not
point, is that he's magic.
It's kind of
that's not an argument.
Oh my gosh.
Kind of what we're arguing. There's either magic or there isn't.
Yeah.
So I'm only saying I think the magic side takes less faith than believing that everything was particles colliding and you get complex
But we
consciousness.
know particles exist.
And
We don't have any evidence that magic exists.
The Bible knows that everything came from Adam, right? And science knows that everything came from atoms.
Atoms.
How would the Bible know about the atoms if it wasn't for God? It's magic, Ben.
You make me cringe.
It's God's magic.
This is
There's
what
no
it's like
magic.
to argue
You haven't seen that
evolution.
Mariah Carey song?
Thank you. I fucking cried
Come
when
on.
Jimmy Fallon and Mariah Carey. I
That's
fucking
magic.
cried.
That's magic.
Dude, I'm serious. Shut up. I'm serious. Watch that video of Jimmy Fallon and Mariah Carey. All I Want for Christmas Is You. You will not be able to frown during that.
That
video.
will erase millions of years of evolution in my mind.
Hey,
I'm
to
going
your
back
audience, the guys are
6,000.
about to jump off a cliff or hang themselves right now. Just watch that video first.
Thank you.
Someone,
hold on. Just watch the
Someone sent in $2 Canadian, said, show me when a canine became a non-canine, Drunken Peasants. That's
when he became a puking presidential candidate.
Yeah.
Fucking loser.
Jaws 3 gave us $1. He said he should have gotten Tatanka to take his place in the fight.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, there was a Native American themed pro wrestler back in the day, and his name was Tatanka. Yeah. That's true.
Well, not Tonka, Tatanka from Dances with Wolves. It's the sign
Tatanka,
for bull,
Buffalo
Tatanka.
Warrior. Yep, the Buffalo Warrior.
Wow, there's a lot of these coming in now.
Manny was at a Magic the Gathering pre-release this weekend, so magic does exist, Benjamin.
I stand corrected.
That's right. Yeah, tap your forest card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fidel Castro, $3.
Oh no way, he's back?
Yeah. He sends us he sends us money, strangely enough.
I like this guy. How much?
I think the ideas Doug has displayed in this episode have been pretty stupid, but I still like the guy. Earthworm Jim was the shit.
Doug's been a sweet
Thank
boy.
God I created a modified, glorified Happy Meal character made to sell cereal to justify my existence on here. After I throw down hard truth on evolution, at least I made Earthworm Jim.
So the person earlier that gave you a compliment about Earthworm Jim now sent in another one. It says, I take back what I said. Freakazoid was better.
Correct.
Okay.
Wow. This is the commitment.
I'm 52 years old. It's like, remember that the crackhead girl that was going he doesn't share his food with me? And she looks like just an imbecile.
Yeah.
I'm going that's how I look on YouTube. When I'm doing all these live streams, it's I look like that blurry girl complaining about him not sharing my food. That's how the children see me on YouTube.
Have you ever seen Matt Dillahunty before? Are you familiar with that guy?
No, I have no idea who he is. I'm kind of happy.
That's the guy you should, if you ever seek out a debate about evolution or even just atheism, that's the guy to talk to.
And you should fight him.
He's very seasoned, and he actually used to be a preacher at one point. So
okay, if he's I'd love to have him on my show. So, bro, if you're out there and you're watching this show, you're not. But if you are,
he's been on here before, but he's probably not watching.
Okay, hit me up. We'll throw down, and I'll throw down my massive comic book knowledge of how the world began against you.
Have that Mariah Carey video though. That is describing it is not enough.
I'll play that video, and he'll start crying and going, there is a God. I repent.
All right, what else do we have here?
Yeah, here's a question. Fuck, how old is the Earth? How old is Nancy Pelosi?
Older than the Earth.
I was going to look at her profile. I was going to give her a bit of a defense. She's everyone's grandma. She's kind of cute and sweet. Look at this big mafia thug who's like pushing the guy off in front of her. He looks like someone from The Sopranos.
Yeah.
She looks kind of cute. She's kind of.
But I wouldn't trust my grandmother to make decisions for fucking the country, you know?
Yeah, she has as much dementia as my grandmother.
She's thinking like, look, 40 years ago, I was the Cortez. I was Cortez 40 years ago.
She was Cortez when Cortez couldn't exist.
She looks like she's handing out like Easter egg baskets to the grandchildren. It's like, yes. Oh, hi, everybody. Hi, yes.
She's had to terraform to what she is now, and she's a shill for the fucking blue states.
Yeah, she looks kind of like a pterodactyl, like the skinned pterodactyl all stretched out. But she's kind of got a cute skinned pterodactyl look.
Skeletor.
A cute skinned pterodactyl look.
Cute skinned. She's kind of a harmless skinned pterodactyl.
Someone sent in a Ryan Slacker, $5. Democrats have a massive disproportionate amount of abortions compared to Republicans. So right-wingers need to be pro-abortion and fund Planned Parenthood.
Oh, I'm gonna jump down this guy's throat in a minute. That is my one like golden issue is abortion. I am so against abortion, like I'm just sick by it.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
I had no idea. I assumed
I wouldn't have guessed.
I thought Earthworm Jim was
if you're an 80s girl have an abortion, I'm coming after you.
So,
you cannot do it. You have that kid.
So a miscarriage, is that like God's will? Or
no, you dummy. Miscarriage is not an abortion, okay?
Hold on. So God doesn't. So do you believe in predetermined destiny? So like God decides what happens ahead of time, and it's his plan?
Ultimately, yes. I think man's free will, there has to be some place for man's free will, so I don't know how far I take God's like absolute dominance of man's history.
So what about...
Wait, what about if you're a time traveler and you go back in time and change the past? Will you be responsible for all the people that you essentially aborted by changing the future?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't do that. Dick. So when time travel happens, we know it's all going to happen.
Well, the butterfly effect, people aren't going to meet. They're not going to go to the dance. Like if Biff and Marty's mom would have had a kid, is Marty and Doc responsible for the time travel abortion of that kid?
Yeah. So no, I don't know. Obviously it's dude. So when you get into free will versus predestination, it is like an absolute complicated mash.
It's a contradiction. It's a contradiction. That goes back to the how can you have free will but have predetermined destiny? Answer: God is magic. Again,
no. Answer to know the future is different than to be the causative hand of it.
Okay, so God doesn't cause what happens. So all the shit that he did in the Bible, he didn't actually cause that.
He could very well have. I'm saying I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm saying. It makes more sense than all of the atheistic philosophers out there that say there is no free will because everything is cause and effect and you could choose no other. That's the competing worldview. So the competing worldview to God having free will and man having free will is not like a free-for-all and you can do anything. The competing worldview among world-class atheistic philosophers is you have no free will choice and you're predetermined. They're worse Calvinists and worse predeterminists than any Christian was.
Well, I'm not talking about any of them. I'm just giving my own specific point of view on it.
You. Sure.
So more miscarriages happen than abortions. And let's take the free will thing into account. Let's say a woman gets pregnant. She has every intention of taking care of herself and having a baby, but she has a miscarriage.
Sure.
Did God cause that to happen?
I assume so.
Okay, so God does more abortions than humans.
You think God's against killing babies? Have you read the Bible?
A miscarriage is different than an abortion. If you look at what a miscarriage is, it is a natural thing that happens. 1 in 5 of all pregnancies become miscarriages, whereas 50% of blacks are aborted in New York by human hand. That is, these are healthy babies that are killed by human hand. There's a difference there. Do you see the difference?
Yeah, one's killed by God.
Yeah. Well,
don't you think God would know better than humans?
I don't know, but I mean, God made mankind. He can kill who he kills. My argument isn't with God. My argument was with people.
Right. So that's another thing about if God is real, he's a horrible person. Because he doesn't even hold himself to the standard he holds all of us
Horrible
to.
person.
He or her is a horrible.
Yeah.
Or they.
Hey, if God's horrible all of a sudden, then it might be a she.
Yeah. I mean, just to be, I'm only saying, like, if a mountain falls down on a man, did God cause it? And you have to say, like, well, I mean, God saw everything before the beginning of time, and he made all these cause and effect molecules bashing into each other. And a mountain fell down on a guy and he died, or a tsunami happened through purely natural causes, and all these people got wiped out. I don't count that as the same, or the Bible doesn't count that as the same as what the definition of murder is. The definition of murder is to take another innocent person's life with malice. That's different than, I think, than physical cause and effect of mountains falling.
And God did command. Hold on. And God did command the Israelites to murder people, correct?
He did, absolutely.
And it was okay.
But murder is okay in self-defense, right?
This wasn't self-defense.
But it's not. Here's the definition, guys. Is murder is unjustified killing. Okay. So when God, the creator of life, has the ability to take life, he's justified in it, so it can't be murder. It is killing. So when he has someone go and kill someone, he's killing them. It's not murder. But he didn't murder his own son. It's not unjustified.
So justified killing is okay. Wouldn't it be self-defense to kill something that was growing in your stomach? Like, isn't that terribly intrusive?
Yeah. Like, I mean, if you could make a self-defense argument, then yes, it would be justified. So my point is, self-defense, for instance, if there's a tubal pregnancy that will kill both the child and the mom, then even every pro-lifer says that is a justified removal of the kid, because then you have one person dead instead of two.
Okay.
Is how the metric works on the pro-life side.
There's a lot of math here. I just thought it was about killing kids.
Mikey? I know, I didn't want to push you guys into a math class. We covered abortion. We covered young Earth creationism and evolution.
Let's go back to talking about small dicks.
And we did gay marriage too. That's a lot of acreage we've covered.
You know, we didn't really get that. I just said, hey, whatever. If you don't like gay marriage, then you don't like it. I mean, like, how can I really argue with someone's opinion on something? I can't. I mean.
All I'm saying is, when we ended black slavery, we ended it. We didn't just make white people slaves too. So if the gay marriage was a problem because straight people were doing it, then nobody should have been allowed to do it. That's it. Why did we make everyone slaves?
Abolish
so you're
marriage.
Against all marriage, Dick. You're against all marriage.
I'm only against marriage for me.
Dick, we're going to change that. Dick, we're going to make you a believer. You're going to turn it around. Nick and I are working on a conspiracy against you. I just want you to know.
Yeah. Married guys are a cult. I know you got to get everybody in. You got catalogs. You got to get everybody in khaki shorts.
That's right. We're handing out our pamphlets.
A uniform.
Handing out our pamphlets at the strip club.
Yeah.
Mikey Metalhead said, glad to see actual discourse instead of yelling, shouting, and getting nothing done like the degenerate youth. Except me, of course.
We can do that too.
Yeah. Ryan himself sent in a very edgy question.
Ooh.
Ask Doug if the Illuminati is really just the Jews.
No, there is no Illuminati. There is. I don't believe in any conspiracies whatsoever. in general, because I don't believe people are capable of keeping secrets.
Well, yeah, the more people you have in on a secret, the harder it is to keep. So these vast conspiracies.
That's but I mean that's assuming Jews are people. Isn't that kind of kidding? I'm kidding.
It is being generous.
How is Israel, by the way, Dick?
It was wonderful, dude. Israel is it's like L.A., but the people are more beautiful.
Why in the hell did you go to
out
Israel?
I went to Burning Man. I went to Burning Man in Israel. My friend.
There was a Burning Man in Israel.
Yeah, there's a Burning Man in. There's the Nevada one that everybody knows about. And then there's
Burning Man. Is it like a burning bush? What is it?
No, it's smaller. It's a little bit smaller. It's
Burning Man
much
like 4 feet tall.
Yeah, there's a lot of talking bushes there. That's normal for them. I didn't know that before. Like I thought that was cool. 'Cause I only heard the one about the Bible, but there, every street there's a talking bush.
Did they still have lesbians running around on unicycles?
No,
was not as many as you. You know what? Actually, I missed American women while I was there because they're so they act so retarded, for the lack of a better word. Like they're always all amped up and shouting and cheering. And I never thought that I would miss that going there because it's such like a party atmosphere. I'm like, shouldn't there be a couple chicks like in skimpy clothes running up and just cheering about something dumb? Like it was weird missing that, but there's a Burning Man Israel and a Burning Man Africa. I think there's a couple of others, but those are the big three ones.
Was the Burning Man Israel, was it 8 nights and they burned a man every night, or?
Yeah, one guy burned for the whole thing.
Here's Dick at Burning Man in Israel when he found out the lawsuit got dropped.
Yeah,
that looks like everyone I've ever seen at Burning Man right there. That's like the poster child. That's a stereotype.
I was trying to get it to play. Oh, here it is.
Fuck you!
Oh man.
Maddox lost.
I look so skinny. That was right when
was there any acid involved with that? I don't want to get personal or out anything, but was there any acid involved with that?
I think I tweeted it. Yeah, that was right. That was shortly after hit number 2. I called my girlfriend just to make sure that because my phone, which was turning into liquid, was lighting up with, hey, you won the lawsuit case dismissed, because it was 9 a.m. in New York. This was the afternoon. This was a reasonable acid taking time in Israel. You know, I wasn't on New York time where court is just starting. People in suits are showing up. My phone lit up, and I had to call her to make sure I wasn't hallucinating it. And that was right after that.
Good man.
Great.
Burning Man.
Great video.
Someone named Shaming. I don't know how to read that name. Someone sent in $2.99 and they said, "Hey Doug, eat cow."
That's an Earthworm Jim thing.
Yeah,
not on Friday, right?
Translating for the non-Earthworm Jim people. Yeah, my people.
Exclusive Sodak, $5. Ronald McFondle's top of the stairs abortion clinic. You knock them up, we'll knock them down.
Sodak knows all about the Ronald McFondle history.
Yeah.
Damn.
Schmidt, $1. Chad not being able to hear dissenting opinions without spurging out or taking it personally make me rage. We'll never know the answers. Every point of view is as valid as it is meaningless. Get over yourselves.
Yeah, I think attempting to know the answers is
it is true. Like, I'll have people on and, you know, as long as you don't say something they vehemently disagree with, they'll like you. But then they turn on you just in an instant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
that's why I vehemently disagree with all you guys, but I'm cool with all you guys because I dig other people, and I wish we could all have cigars right now, but none of our landlords / wives would let us smoke in the studio that we're in right now, and smoke alarms would go off.
We got to start a Burning Man. Marriage.
You know, they sell Canagars here because, you know, cannabis is legal here. They cost like $300.
Yes, pot's BS. It's got to be real tobacco cigar smoke.
I thought it was bad enough all the creationist stuff. Now that you said pot's BS, our audience is about to light on
I know.
fire.
I know.
Their assholes are going to blow out their fucking mouths.
It's the cure for cancer. Fuck you.
They're going to be like burning Earthworm Jim memorabilia in the streets tonight. Just like when the Beatles said they were greater than Jesus. That's what's happening to Earthworm Jim memorabilia.
We need to hire Chris Chan to make a blunt head Jim. And it's just a blunt instead of a
But
worm.
you know what? Okay, first of all, that is it's kind of like when liberals were saying that Sarah Palin said she could see Alaska from her house. No one literally says, no one smart literally says it cures cancer. It helps with symptoms of cancer. And then
I was exaggerating.
And
To
I don't
medical pot guys that knew like they were only doing medical pot because they all wanted to get stoned recreationally. I mean, let's be honest.
Well, it feels good, man. If you're gonna fucking,
I know.
Well,
you're my poster child. You guys
There
aren't like
are-
dying
okay.
of cancer and needing to take pot to like bump up your munchies and help your appetite. You guys are taking it recreationally. And everyone rode in on this horse going like, no, it's medical pot. It's like, why would you be against like cancer people taking pot? And now like everyone's making brownies and screwing around with it.
Well, I do have a medical authorization, and what I get is I mean I do smoke it, but I get this this topical ointment that I put on my neck because years ago I was in a car accident where I hit my head on the steering wheel really hard.
Sure.
And I have a messed up neck for it, and honestly, it helps. And I'd rather take that than oxycodone or something like that.
Sure. I would agree with that medicine. So you're taking like pot juice you put on your neck.
Well, it's
like a balm.
It's called Dragon Balm. It's basically it has the exact same ingredients as Tiger Balm, so it has like menthol and some other like natural stuff for your muscles.
I'm okay with that. Doesn't it all come off like suddenly like pot is the miracle Native American cure-all, and all these Americans like suddenly all going like, no, we gotta get our vitamins. It's like a giant GNC now. Pot's the cure-all for the miracle cure-all for everything.
Yeah, CBD.
CBD does.
Man, I took pot and like I kept from committing suicide. So it's like, oh yeah, okay, pot saves lives. All right, thanks guys. Pot's the miracle cure.
It cures boredom, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, sometimes
for people who are bored all the time.
It affects different people in different ways.
It makes me
So I have
sick.
no place for pot in my life because I'm a workaholic. I'm into like drawing all day, like pounding it 24/7, and I want guys like to to kill it all day, all night. And I'm just going like, there's not room for pot in your life. Fine, if you come down with cancer and you need the munchies, or if you have like a neck problem and like the pot placebo hurts, by all means, spread that all over your neck. But I'm just going like in
It's
general.
definitely not a placebo. It's definitely not a placebo.
Our young guys up with pot. It's like, dude.
First of all, different people have different reactions to it, and there's different types. I know some people, if they do it, it energizes them. Some people, it helps them focus better. Other people, they get sleepy. Other people, they get, dopey in the head.
Makes me shut up.
Depends.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Think about ginseng. Oh, this is my GNC argument. This is like the same thing that everyone says about ginseng. It's like ginseng. It's like I had cancer, and then I took a bunch of ginseng, and now I don't have cancer. I'm just going like suddenly, all this non-medically approved stuff is like getting just like self-prescribed in mass.
Well, I've heard people say the same thing about veganism, and then there's a woman named named Jillian that makes you drink salt water until you shit all the bad candida out of your system and shit. So
Kellogg gave people like coffee enemas. I'm just going like, there's a placebo effect here.
Yeah, some people could say that about religion too, though.
Yes, absolutely.
I never found much use for it, but God bless people who do.
You say placebo, but have you poured a hot cup of coffee up your asshole? It's invigorating.
I never have, but I do that before I'd smoke a doob.
Well, you're against pot, but how do you feel about
That's
pan?
because you bought into the propaganda that the generations before you they got you hooked on it.
Look at
I think we all knew that it was a lie, but we had to cram the lie through to just get the one thing we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Boomer, and the boomers go like, oh, we're pro pot, and suddenly all of like the millennials, like Gen X, are like, yeah, pot, yeah, it came from boomers, but this time it's like the cure for cancer.
Well, pot
like,
nowadays is way better than
I mean,
pot back then, anyways.
Will you deny that it stops seizures in multiple people?
It makes me drink less.
I don't know anything about medicine, so I'm just going, look, if it's medicinally, whether if it's placebo effect or actual effect, I'm all for it.
I like it though. I can tell you have a bias because you do throw in that placebo thing. Like, yeah. I mean, it's been tested.
Can you hear me like throwing that in? Totally.
Yeah. Weed makes me shut up and it makes me hungry. It's fucking the devil's lettuce. I don't want it. Get it out of my fucking life.
Saying, like, you go to like the Fortune 500 guys, none of them smoke pot.
Oh man, that is not true at all.
Guys, like
they
guys who are like making millions of dollars. None of them are potheads sitting on the couch. Going
So Bill Gates never smoked weed.
Do pot.
Oh fuck yeah, he did. Are you kidding me? Bill Gates did pot at least while he started Microsoft. There's all.
Okay, listen to me, but I'm wrong. But screw you.
Look, Bill Gates knew it was a placebo.
What about that cause his death?
What about Steve Jobs?
Like died. See, pot. If he didn't smoke pot, he'd still be with us.
What about Steve Jobs? Yeah, if pot cured cancer, he'd still be fucking pissing off the iPhone users. I'm going to take a piss, and I'm going to not smoke weed. I'm going to maybe jerk it a little bit. When I come back, you guys better get along.
Yeah.
No, there's all kinds of people at the top level of the business world that have smoked weed. Absolutely.
I know, but like, dude, it's like all these potheads. I love Billy doing karate back there. He's killing me. It's like all these potheads are like, bro, pot. And then like as soon as you try and take it away, they turn into like the worst like creationists in the world. They're like, the science of pot.
I don't know where you're getting this from. This seems like
because it's been prohibited for like there's so many people rotting in prison over just a plant that is less harmful than liquor. It's hard to not defend it with every single every single arrow in the quiver, you know?
Yeah.
Science, whatever, like just throw anything at the wall and get these politicians the hell away from our lives.
Yeah. But listen, the guys that are in prison for pot and for dealing for pot, they're all in there also for aggravated assault. Like, look at the other counts against them. It's never like having an ounce and they're in prison. That's not true.
Yes, it is.
So it's like aggravated assault, rape, in addition to having a bag of pot. It's true.
So you mean to tell me everyone that's in prison for weed also is there for some sort of violent crime?
I read an article on it once from some place somewhere. That's all you need to know.
All right. I'm going to read some more of these here. Where did I leave off? Okay, Schmidt, $1.
Hey, I don't like hearing all these $2 and $5 chats. That's low rent when I'm on the show. I mean, guys, come on, throw down. Get something really offensive and bump up the dollar value here. This isn't cool. If you want me back on the show, you better bump it up.
We got a $10 one. It says, so if God creates a disease or a virus and you or your loved ones get it, would you let yourself and them die from it even if a cure does exist because it's God's will if you get it? That's absolutely like the Christian science worldview right there.
That's a Christian science thing of like no medicine. No, I also believe that God gave us medicine and a mind to craft these things and try and fight them on our own too. And I'm praying for
So which medicine is more natural than weed?
We're back on weed already.
Because we're talking about medicine that God gave us. If you believe in God, what drug is more natural than weed? You literally pick it.
Prayer, you fucking loser.
Yeah, prayer. Listen to this guy. He's something like everything comes down to weed, to like weed acts. Like, dude, weed answer to everything, bro. I got a bro.
I didn't say it was the answer to everything.
Send me some nudes, baby. I got the cancer.
Yeah, weed.
Yeah.
Smoke a stinky
bowl. Give me some placebo head,
like,
please.
After a while, like they're sitting on the couch, like, whoa, man, weed. I'm like, dude, go out and get a job. They're like, weed, man.
All right.
Okay. So on God, it's like I don't believe God is the causative hand of evil. I do believe that ultimately all evil is under his purview. That is, he knows what's going to happen. We're horrified by these things happening, and he somehow is transcendent in suffering.
Did God create Satan?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
I mean, he
I rest
had
my case.
Right. There's nothing outside of his purview that he didn't create. It doesn't mean he's the causative hand of evil. He could have given Satan the free will to become Satan. Technically, he could have given every man the free will to do as he pleases, like some guy who like grabs 4 women and chains them up in his basement for 11 years, that goon that did that. And you go like, where's God?
God realized Earth was too overpowered, so he developed the Satan patch. He patched the system, he developed Satan, made things a little more equal.
Yeah. I only know that when you and I get angry at the universe, we will tend to default on some kind of universal judgment of evil. And I don't think you can make that universal judgment of evil based on purely material claims. That is the idea that like there's cause and effects in the particle universe that can cast judgment on something bad. In the end, you have molecules in the shape of men raping molecules in the shape of babies and women. And you're just like, you're molecules on molecules. And the meaning behind it, you're going to have to start constructing some giant universal overview of all those things. It's going to start looking a whole lot like God.
I wonder how many babies were killed.
I'm just going to the source of God, just going, fine, he's a person. And he cast judgment and we broke his laws.
I wonder how many babies were killed during Noah's flood that God caused.
A ton.
Yeah. But think of how many fucking cool animals were saved.
God, for being against abortion, God has a pretty bad track record.
Look, God created humans. He can fucking ant farm all he wants.
Okay.
I'll shake that fucking ant farm if I built that son.
That's what I'm saying is like God has the authority to do what he wants. So what will man do is the big question.
You know what? You can have the authority and still not do fucking deplorable things, but God still did it anyway. So why should I worship him?
Fair
when
enough.
He's a piece of shit.
I don't think you have to. Wow.
My argument, BENPAI, is that you could worship no other. There is nothing better. Tell me something better.
Nothing better than the person who committed global genocide on the earth.
Yeah, you're nitpicking now, Ben.
Tells us not to do all these things, but does them all himself.
Yes, but Ben, a baby dies of cancer in its mother's arms, and you have no recourse. There is no moral justification for your outrage against that. It's just particles. So you have to shrug. You can either shrug as a sociopath, or you can show your anger at that situation and go, you know, my anger is real, and that situation is actually bad, and you're going to have to call in some kind of a moral God to bring down that judgment.
No.
It doesn't philosophically match up. Otherwise, it's just like, yeah, you feel really bad about those particles shaped like human beings that got mashed up in cancer and got raped and then died, and you do not have a philosophical justification to judge it. Where's your judgment come from?
Our judgment comes from learning what works when we work together in a society.
It changed nothing.
What do you mean it changed nothing?
It didn't change anything. You judge it. You're like, look, this is my little tiny small. I'm going to judge the world. I'm going to put God on trial, and I judge him. And now what? It's just you like arguing against the particles.
I do not understand what the fuck you're talking about. I'm arguing with particles.
Well, give me the thing that is above the particles of the universe, because I'm fine with you. We're in agreement. There's particles here. I'm saying, where do you get the moral ought of your judgment? We
make decisions based on what's good for the preservation of the species and civilization. And sometimes we've had to learn this over time, what's good for us and what's not. It wasn't just handed to us. And I do believe morality is subjective.
Okay, it's subjective, so who cares, right? In the end, you die.
No, I do care. I care while I'm here. I care about things being good for people while I'm here.
Yeah, but you get 80 years here, and Hitler beats off while you die, and who cares? At the end, there's no heaven, there's no judgment, there's no ultimate moral law. So all of this is an illusion.
See, now you're talking my language. I love
Give it up,
I
man.
love this illusion idea. This is the magic I want to see. I just want to stare Hitler into the fucking piss hole as he's jerking it, and to be like, "Yeah, man, I live for this. This is my life. I saw Hitler's dick stare me down like a fucking pit bull eating mayonnaise. I don't give a fuck."
Billy Hitler has the same end as all of us, all right? You die and become worm food. And I die and become worm food. And all this supernatural stuff about the afterlife is a big illusion.
Say what you want about Hitler. Say what you want about Hitler, but he was the only man in history to kill Adolf Hitler.
Right. I care more about what happens here than what happens in some bullshit
he was at least
afterlife.
a bigger man than most of the rest of the earth.
So, any cool cartoons on television these days?
Not really. None that I watch anyway.
Okay, entertain yourself so I have to go pee. Hold on.
All right.
Wow.
Oh,
guys, I just want to say that I hate kittens and I hate puppies. Always have. If they make me angry, I think they're evil.
Well, hold on, Dick, because that's unfair. Evolution proves that kitties turn into cats and puppies turn into dogs. So
don't care. Let's get rid of them. That's That's what I believe.
Wow.
It's so hard to actually try to argue a point when Billy has this weird thing where he
I like to be entertaining.
Well, no, that's fine. This isn't even about being entertaining. This is about you automatically take the unpopular opinion and you just like double down on it over and over and over again.
Because it's funny. No, here's the thing, right? Like, there's magic a brew. God is magic. Why would you argue against magic? It doesn't make sense to argue it. I'm like, okay. You believe that the Earth is 6,000 years old? That's cool. What else do you believe in that maybe I can identify with? I'm not going to sit and argue about fucking folklore or whatever the Christians said existed.
Folklore.
Yeah, I do agree with that. But at some point, when you talk to people, it's just going to be running around in circles.
I'll tell you what. If I just sat there and didn't say anything, there'd be like 2,000 fucking comments. Oh my God! Why did you let him?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I know. And you know what? The funny thing is, those same people that would bitch about it are the same people bitching that it was even discussed at all.
Right.
So.
Right. Look, you cannot please them.
We can please everybody. All right, and I'm gonna tell you how. We're going to line them all up in a fucking train of dicks, okay? We're going to get down on our fucking knees, do the old-fashioned elbow grease, okay? We're going to jerk off 440 fucking people. Or how many people are watching right now? 2,000? We can do it all. We can do it all tonight. We're going to do it in Tennessee. Let's fly into Knoxville, drop to Nashville, and start jacking people off in a wrestling ring. I don't give a fuck. I'm determined.
It came there.
But no marriage, you losers.
Let's read a few more of these Streamlabs. I think we're going to wrap it up in probably like 10 minutes or so here.
Hold on, you gotta hit your two advertised
that's true.
topics of
That's true.
Kamala Harris and whatchamajigger, military trannies.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they pronounce her name Kamala or something like that, but it's spelled Kamala.
Kamala Harris.
Back in the day, there used to be a pro wrestler called Kamala, the Ugandan giant,
who had both of his legs removed to diabetes. If that's not evolution, I don't know what is.
Fox News alert, new questions as the 2020 presidential field is quickly growing, and so are tough questions for the candidates. This morning, Democratic Senator Kamala Harris announcing that she's in, declaring her run for president and saying she'll be launching her campaign in Oakland later this month. Now Senator Harris, as well as others, like New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, facing growing scrutiny over past policy stances. Senator Harris facing questions over her record as a district attorney and then California Attorney General. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand over illegal immigration and gun rights. Senator Gillibrand's past was the focus of a Washington Post piece this weekend, and it highlighted how her views quickly changed as she moved from the House to the Senate. And Senator Gillibrand was pressed yesterday over her past opposition to amnesty for illegal immigrants, even as today she calls President Trump's policies racist. Watch this.
They certainly...
Oh, wow. What a dramatic pause.
Yeah.
Someone called Trump racist?
What a surprise.
What a brave stance.
Giant
pathetic.
blah, blah, blah of not news right there.
Right.
And they were not kind, and I did not think about suffering in other people's lives. And one thing I did 10 years ago when I became senator and was going to represent 20 million people across our state, I recognized that a lot of places in my state were different, and I needed to understand what those constituents needed too.
Whew. I mean, I'll go right to our Democrat here.
I'll go right to our Democrat.
She opposed amnesty for illegal immigrants. She opposed driver's licenses for illegal immigrants, and she voted for increased funding for ICE officials, for ICE workers, and local law enforcement on deportations. So these are all things. I mean, it's a big record of things that she now calls racist.
I have more.
More.
She wanted to make English the official language.
Is there Democrat the fat girl?
There's no fat girl out there.
I saw a chunky one because Fox News always gets like the least powerful
Oh, yeah.
Democrat.
We don't let fat women
They
Fox
get the
News.
weakest looking Democrat.
Out of there.
What is she doing on Fox News?
Well, she's the Democrat. It's the same thing when they had Combs next to Hannity.
Oh,
you had
yeah,
Hannity,
you're
the
right.
strapping man, and this fucking miserable little California raisin white guy.
Yeah, Combs looked like Skeletor.
Yeah, he looked like he needed some of that cancer weed.
Isn't he dead now, too?
Is Combs dead?
Yeah, I think he is.
Oh man, that makes sense. They had him on kidney dialysis the entire series.
I sleep with two long guns under my bed. So
Can she say she evolved? I mean, what would you advise her? What would you advise?
So they only said something really short term about Kamala.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's pretty.
Kamala Harris announced that she's running for president today, and by the way, Gillibrand called Trump a racist.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna get the ugliest Democrat we can find.
I don't even know who Kamala Harris is. I had never heard of her before she announced she was running for president. So that probably shows her chances of winning.
Well, I mean, we don't know anybody right now. She could. I don't see her going against Trump though. Trump's gonna win just by butchering her name in every fucking debate.
Kamala the Ugandan giant.
Hey, Kamala.
Yeah, the Trump voters don't care about policies, right? They're gonna laugh every time he calls her Carmel or something. They're gonna be like,
it's got to be Biden against Trump. It's got to be Biden.
Oh my! That Biden could at least
behind the gym.
Yeah, Biden could hang like in a debate, right? He could I don't know if he could out Trump, but he could be fucking crazy as shit, and he wouldn't stop. He would say the same dumb shit that Trump needs to say to fucking win, because nobody cares about facts. That if you're
I'm waiting for Michelle Obama or Oprah.
Oprah versus Trump would be nuts because you can't you can't pull that shit with Oprah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, she's got too much respect, too much Oprah in the room. She'd be right there, reality show against reality show.
She pulls out her Sunday church fan when Trump says something fucked up. She just waves herself. Nope.
She'd go, I'm giving everyone a car.
Yeah.
That'd be it.
Here's the story about Trump and the gays in the military.
The conservative majority on the Supreme Court today ruled that the court would allow to stand the president's ban on transgender individuals joining the military, at least for now. You might recall during the 2016 presidential.
I don't really care either way. I say, like, if it's a volunteer military, they should just take whoever they can get, as long as they're, physically fit and mentally fit. Well,
are they physically fit if they come in and use the healthcare involved in the military to get their transitions? If they right off the bat are transitioning, is that physically fit?
Do they do that?
I thought that's what everybody I talked to is like. But they can't come in because they come in and then they get their transitions.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know if it's true.
That's
or not.
like an elective surgery. Usually that shit isn't paid for.
It's not paid for. I don't know. That's what people.
Because then they'd be paying for like boob jobs and stuff too.
Man, that'd be great.
Who effed up our military? How in the world is this allowed on our front lines? Like either that, like a guy turns into a Barbie doll, or a Barbie doll turns into a Ken doll. They're chopping off pieces and they're going from the front lines. They're sitting there sharing rations and sharing guns. I'm all for anyone like on the front lines, like gunning bad guys in the face.
Yeah. Why do we have front lines? Why do we need a military? Like, I don't even understand the purpose of the military other than to be like a Republican welfare.
Gotta kill them. Gotta kill them to
we have
people busy.
It's so much cheaper to just buy our enemies off. What are we? let's just drop food on them until they stop fighting.
Yeah.
It's so much cheaper.
So, Dick, you're saying the whole military thing is like a giant conundrum, like a non-issue. We should.
I think it's
social welfare.
I think it's just like a giant corporation. Like it's a military-industrial complex that needs to keep spinning and needs to keep feeding itself. When really, if there's a real, first of all, we could solve many wars with business. I mean, it's financial conflicts or the oil, defending all the oil that we do in the Middle East could be done by just paying more. Like it just seems like bullshit to me. The army seems so bloated and ridiculous that I don't even understand what their goal is. So when they say no more trans, I think, I mean, what? Why? What was the spending? What is the spending on this? What is the mental health issues that did you think about this? And what context did you think about it in? Because I can't fathom what the actual purpose of the military is anymore, other than to generate a tremendous amount of money to feed the military.
Yeah. Before Halliburton came in, like the soldiers did most of the work, right? They would be charged in doing what Halliburton outsourced and took the fucking contract jobs for.
You're talking about Blackwater, right?
Was it Blackwater?
I think
for Iraq when they
Blackwater.
came.
It's the same thing. Halliburton, Blackwater.
Oh,
They're
okay.
both like funded out by the government.
Yeah, and before that, they would have the soldiers do all the work that they then started selling to Halliburton and fucking making them do the work. It was like the soldiers were left without jobs in a lot of cases because it was being outsourced. The shit they would do for generations is now gone.
I'm for worldwide war. We got to open up massive conflicts across all fronts because there's some brown kid sitting there in a puddle somewhere who cannot go to school, or some girl in a burqa somewhere. She's waiting for the U.S. military to come in and knock some heads off and say, this is what a constitution looks like. I'm all for worldwide domination. If you have girls walking around in a sock with a little tiny window to look out of, you lost your ability to run your own country, okay? We're coming in and taking over. You're out.
Save them. Save them, white man.
If it's a tranny shooting you in the face, I'm all for it. If it's and by the way, there's 2 trannies on the entire front lines. There's 2 trannies, and we're sitting here this is news. There's 2 of them. A guy that became a girl and probably a girl that became a guy, or a girl that married a couch. Fine. It's like, you know what? Shoot the bad guys in the face, and the bad guys are the ones that put the woman in the sock and make her look out of a window her whole life. We're taking them over, converting them to Christianity, and giving them our Constitution. They're like, who are you? Who are you? Who are you? It's like, you know what? I'm the guy because you don't let your women drive. You don't let your women drive. We just took over your country. All done.
They drive now, right? Since Uber put its talons in, they need new drivers out there.
Yeah,
but they got to be able to vote too. Let them vote. Fine. You know, if all the suffragettes are here, going vote. They got to let them vote. So they go you know what? Fine. Let's kill all those guys over there and let their girls vote. All those suffragettes are going no, we can't do that. We can't get involved over there and instill our constitution. I'm more of a suffragette feminist than you are. So shut up. Step aside. We're taking over the world. We're coming for you. The Constitution was for all men are created equal. Not all Americans, not everyone here who we stole this country from, but all men are created equal. That is, if you're walking around on 2 legs, you're created equal. You have the right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
Does that mean Ricky Berwick is an equal?
I don't know. I don't know who this person is, but I'm okay with it.
It's a guy who doesn't walk around on his legs. He's got an illness.
He was not born equal, and now he has more subscribers than all of us.
Yeah, it's true.
Thank that crippled little weird boy.
He was actually on InfoWars the one time, and he said a dirty joke, and Alex got mad at him.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't eat a cookie out of my asshole, Ricky Berwick.
Yeah. All I know is everyone with more subscribers than me is wrong. So I have my little 7,800 subscribers.
Why doesn't God have more subscribers than PewDiePie?
What does that guy do for a living? And then all you guys with your 180,000 subscribers. I'm just saying, what do I have to gain 300 pounds to get more subscribers? What do I have to do? I'm 52-year-old man looking like that out of focus, cracked out girl. That's how I look.
You've got to eat someone's soul, Doug. That's what I did.
R.I.P. Maddox.
I'm in.
What else came in? Someone said, enjoying the conversation. I'm here to up the rent. Masterson, you guys were awesome in Knoxville. Daddy, no! I already
Thank you.
pre-ordered Bigfoot Bill.
Oh, my people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm excited for Bigfoot
Time
Bill.
we live here. I've raised $135,000 on Bigfoot Bill. And that's it's a lot like what you do with this YouTube channel where you're trying to monetize it and go like, what is monetization? What do I have to do or say to get people to back me? And I put out a comic book and I've got a ton of backers and it's very cool to get to do art and do comics the way that I'm just, trying to put out some entertainment and hope people dig it. And suddenly it's this huge model that protects me from a lot of the problems I've had in media where liberals are obviously upset with my views on world domination. Doesn't fly over real well with my New York publishers. And Indiegogo has been a way around that, and my YouTube channel has been a way around that. And of course, being on your channel has been a way around that. So thank you guys. I appreciate it.
Sure, we appreciate you being here. We're probably going to wrap it up.
You're my people.
You're my people, even though we disagree on so many things. You're still
Absolutely.
my people. Before we wrap it up, I'm going to read some more of the Streamlabs. And actually, I'm going to put a timer up for 5 minutes. So if you guys want to send in any more, that's the limit.
If you want to ask any more delicious questions about evolution.
I see a goal for a bonus show at $164.
It's at 164 right now.
Yeah, it's at 164.
What's it supposed to be at?
It's supposed to get up to, if it gets to 800 before the end of the week, then we do a bonus show next week. We're already doing one at the end of this week because they met the goal last week. So.
And what are you going to offer on your bonus show if they do this within the next 5 minutes?
We're actually going to, if they do it within the next 5 minutes, we will prove there is a God.
I'll do the Zap collar at 100%.
Did you hear that? Ben's doing the Zap collar. Billy will vomit online.
Yeah, I'll force myself to vomit. I'll vomit the rest of this carnitas.
Chewing tobacco to benefit for 15 minutes, guys. Get that up there.
John Daniels gave us $5. Says cannabis extremists exist, but saying weed is a placebo. It's like saying alcohol or Tylenol or opiates or whatever are also placebos.
Okay, my beef with weed is just guys that accomplish things are not on weed.
That's not true. We established that earlier. We established this earlier. There are plenty of successful people that smoked weed at some point in their life, if not throughout their entire lives.
All right, I'll concede that point.
All right. Little Dougie, $1. Doug, are you Mormon? That would explain everything, honestly.
Hell no.
Yeah, he doesn't sound Mormon to me.
I have a giant Mormon family on my show right now. I have like an episode up where like this Mormon family comes on every year. Love the Mormons because I have so many values in common with them. But no, I myself am not a Mormon. I'm not an advocate of Mormonism.
John Daniels, 5 Canadian. Time is relative. Looking down from center of the Big Bang, from your perspective, it would appear to take 6 24-hour days until Earth was created. Huh. Okay.
True. Look up Gerard Schroeder is a physicist that talks about how the first 6 days could have lasted millions of years given relativity.
Here's a question for Doug. How long does it take you to do a single character illustration? And do you like watercolors or bold colors in your art?
Yes to all. Earthworm Jim took me 45 minutes to come up with all the characters and all the bad guys. So I work pretty quick because I have a pretty deep idea file. If you guys are working on creating new stuff, you create a long-term idea file of stuff that you kind of pump stuff into. And then when it's time to pull the trigger on your script or your podcast or whatever your show is, you have a lot of backlog in there to work from.
How long should I work on Fetus Boy?
The rest of your life, Billy, the rest of your life. Trust me, this thing's gold.
Someone named Mikey Metalhead gave us $1, said, the war on drugs is my arguing specialty. His facts are laughable. About 46% of prisoners are nonviolent offenders, mostly from personal use charges.
All of them rapists, and that's all I'm going to give you for $1.
Oh my God. Troll.
Fair.
Pay more to get back into this.
Yeah, $150 will get you the facts of life. No Trudy.
The giant dissertation.
Schmidt donated $1. Social media has transformed me into such a spiteful contrarian that the more someone is lambasted, the more I love them. Kanye. Basically, he wants you to run with Kanye in 2020. Is that something you'd be interested in doing, Doug?
No. No.
I don't think so.
A lot of people call me a contrarian.
Hip hop is trash.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, defend this view that he has.
We should have had him watch cringe rap.
Yeah, hip hop is garbage. It's a destruction of American Western culture.
What about Tupac? So Tupac too, right?
I'm for Biggie Smalls only because he had him killed.
This motherfucker right here. Shove that little fucking worm cartoon up your fucking G-spot. Tell you come from butt cum, Doug. People call me a contrarian, but I really think I don't give a fuck about anything, so I just pick the losing side for fun.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
I don't know.
Hey, Billy, Dick, and BENPAI, I'm having you guys on my show. I'm just saying.
Absolutely.
I'm saying we're gonna hang.
Yeah.
Hang.
I'm all about that.
If there's an infinite afterlife, there's no meaning to a first century. If there's no afterlife, this one life is all that counts.
Well, that's not true, because if there is an afterlife and you have to fucking earn your way in, then this one's pretty important, right? Like if the whole idea
there he
of
goes again.
Well, it's like if there's a fucking hell.
He just said he was glad Tupac got killed.
Fucking yeah, fuck you. But it was really funny when he said I'm a Biggie Smalls fan because he got him killed. That was one point.
Danes won $10. Enjoying the conversation. I'm here to up the rent. Oh, actually, I already read that one. Forcing combat units to accommodate women and transgender personnel isn't about operational effectiveness. It's about feminism breaking up and dissolving traditionally male-only fraternal spaces.
And you can thank Jordan Peterson for that.
I do see that to a degree. I mean, they did it with the Boy Scouts,
the UN
too,
agenda.
Right?
That's right. They ruin everything.
I mean, breaking up or growing their business.
Yeah. Dick, you're sitting there on the front lines, and you're sitting there with like sand all in your armor, and you're trying to, reload your gun, and there's some woman dressed like a guy or a guy dressed like a girl.
Corporal Klinger.
Oh,
it's like, frickin' come on. My life is on the line. Do I have to sit here with this person? It's like, get your psychology worked out, but it doesn't belong on the front lines. Although, if the front lines are cool with it, the front lines are like cool, like they have like their favorite tranny on the front lines, all two of them. There's two trannies on the front line, all two of them. And they're like, we're going to war. And the trannies like plugging all kinds of terrorists in the face and blowing their face off. I'm all for it. If they're like, if the troops are cool with it, I'm cool.
You have a very romanticized vision of war.
I do. I've never been on the front lines. And look, I'm a comic book artist. Okay, bottom line, animator, comic book artist. Never touch the front lines.
Clay Early, Dick's hands are tiny.
Don't look. Yeah, they Trump got a lot done with little hands too.
Yeah.
Well, he was tiny hands makes your dick look bigger. That's
I'm so jealous. Yeah.
Billy's hands look huge. Dick's look small. Dick, I'm not making any judgments based on your hand size. I just think
I have a really
it's
big
probably
face
because your
too.
forehead is huge, Dick.
Yeah, here, I'll hold them real close to the camera. There, do they look?
Dude, get them out there, man. That's not even to scale, even when you hold them out. There you go.
Yeah.
In comic books, when we're drawing hands in all our comics, I draw comics all the time. The hand should be able to properly cover the face, is like the general scale of a normal hand.
Do you smack people in the face when they try to do that? When you tell them that, is it? I've fallen for that.
Yeah, you're like, okay, try it out, and they put it on their face, and you're like, psh. And you pump it up again.
I was never that great of an artist, but I always found, even in art classes, that drawing hands was the hardest part of drawing like a human figure.
Yeah, I'm telling you guys, for acting purposes, if you can learn to draw hands, you can learn to draw faces. You've got 95% of all comics and all animation problems, because you can animate with your hands, animate with your face. It's all people pay attention to in general.
I fucked up because I just drew dicks when I was little, so I'm really good at drawing dicks. But
no one's looking at the dick.
Yeah,
no one is looking at that.
Yeah, my comic book would just be a stack of wieners.
Would you draw detailed ones, or it was just because I would just compulsively draw, them on people's stuff. If you gave it a hand in homework, I'd take the homework, draw a little quick dick on it, pass it forward.
I would
And are you racist if you only draw circumcised ones? It's racist.
I would try really hard in school so that the teacher would write A on my paper, then I'd put a couple of balls on the fucking base of it. I had goals.
Tupac's dead. Hip hop is trash.
Wow.
Smoking pot.
I just want to smoke some weed and draw some dicks. No.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we're going to wrap it up and we're going to go to the post show. Billy and I will be available later on the post show for those of you who are patrons. Also, one last thing I need to plug before we go off the air. We're doing a new thing through a new web browser called Brave. And we have a link down below in the description. If you guys want to help support the show, all you have to do is follow the link and download the browser. You can download it on any mobile device or any desktop device. It gives us a kickback. And actually, they're doing a new thing pretty soon that'll be like Twitch Bits, where if you use the Brave web browser, you can send basically cryptocurrency to your favorite creators online, whether it be their YouTube channel or their Twitch channel or whatever. So check that out, download it. Great things are coming.
And it doesn't even fund Al-Qaeda.
It does, and it has a built-in...
Unless you're into that.
It also has a built-in ad blocker and malware filter built into it instead of having to, put add-ons onto your browser.
Well, what's the best way for them to fund you? If they really want all the funds and not the biggest percentage gouged out of your funds, what should they do? Just as a businessman, I want to know.
Send food.
Is it Patreon? Who takes the smallest percentage?
Well, I would say Patreon does take a pretty small percentage.
Does Streamlabs take a smaller?
Yeah, if it's okay, Streamlabs through a credit card is good. There's no fee.
Okay, so listen, guys. I'm going to make your case for it because there's no reason why you should have me on as a guest and have you guys have to make this thing. This is BS. Streamlabs through a credit card is the way to do it. You know what, guys? We spend all of our day on some kind of media. We're going on Twitter, whatever. If you care about these guys, if you care about their life, if you care about funding them, then Streamlabs them using your credit card. That's the bottom line. Yeah. Is it's not right to make. I just think we pay entertainers, and these guys are entertainers. So I've done this my whole life. This has been my business, and this is this is the best way to do it. If you care, put your money where your mouth is, where your time is being spent. These guys are laying down good entertainment. Let's do that instead. Same with Dick Masterson. Patron that idiot. Look at him. Look at his giant.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Doug. You're absolutely right. These guys are laying down hot dick jokes.
Yeah. If you're laughing and you're happy, why wouldn't you pay for that? You're stupid if you don't want to buck that up. You want these guys to go away? You don't.
No. Yeah, Ben actually told me, he was like, if we don't make the goal this week, he's going to kick my ass.
What?
Live.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. No, I'm lying, actually, so make the fucking goal or else I'll kick Ben's ass. No, there will be no ass kicking unless we make this goal. I don't know what they want.
You need to buy some giant weed. You need to buy some giant.
We're going to take that fucking Dragon Bomb weed bomb and just spackle my anus with it.
I have a big bag of weed right here.
What?
Are you kidding me? Look at that. That's legal drug. Why do you smoke that on the air?
Why don't you eat it?
I was earlier. Yeah, see,
that shit. Is that
dude, you should be smoking that on the air.
Is that a rabbit's foot?
Yeah, I was in this little pipe right here. It's a little Darth Vader pipe.
It's like a clump of rotting Yoda. It's like Yoda rotting on a log.
Wow, Benjamin.
There he goes.
Wow.
There he goes. I'm chewing my tobacco. This guy's smoking his pot. Billy is going without his carbs. Dick is
I'm watching pornography the entire time. Don't think I'm not enjoying a Vice either.
Is feigning off marriage. Nick is feigning off marriage like his life depends on it.
All right.
Hey, thanks for having us on. I appreciate it, guys. I'm just an old.
Thanks for being on.
I'm just an old man with a dream. Old man.
Yeah, and I put your channel in the description, so anyone who wants to check it out should go down there. Also, check out the Dick Show, and we will see you guys on our next episode coming up on Thursday.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I'll see you guys then. Bill, you got to come on sometime.
Definitely. I'll hit you up in the DMs or something. We'll figure out when that works.
Yeah, All right, guys.
All right. Good night.
Peace.
In the beginning, there was nothing, and then there was the Drunken Peasants Podcast.
Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants. From the strangest corners of the internet, gonna get TP'd by Billy and Ben. You know where you can find them at. Get ready, cause they're gonna kick your... Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants, Drunken Peasants.